Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another Rush Racing stream brought to you by AI369. I am your host, Dynasty Sparrow, and I'm here with the man, the myth, the legend, SJ. How you going, mate?
Hey Dynasty, how you going, mate? Looking forward to this one. We've obviously had a very fun-filled week at Miami, and obviously last night's shenanigans. We won't go over too much about it, but no, it should be a good night for Division 6.
Yeah, it definitely should be. Um, Unfortunately, we did have some driver briefings before every race. Unfortunately, Div 5 did not pick up on that. So I'm hoping Div 6 have. They have been a really good division since race one. They've gotten better and better each week, apart from a few incidents here and there, but there's always a few in every division, which is good. We just don't want to see the whole division copping pens. So looking forward to it, and I'm hoping for a raining race. Oh no, I've cursed it.
Have you been praying lately? Because unfortunately, that's what we've got. We have rain, and this is a track that you definitely do not want to drive in the rain.
Yeah, no, it definitely isn't. It's very interesting track to race on. I do know there is a couple of quali bands that we have for tonight's race, so we only have 18 drivers in. So we are missing, unfortunately, two drivers. One with a race ban, which is in the Haas. The other driver that we are missing is the other Visa Cash App. So
Correct. Yeah.
we're only going to be losing, I think, only one driver out of this qualifying session. So everyone pretty much will make it through, which will be very interesting.
There you go. It's going to be very interesting. We've got any new ones on the grid tonight? We've got a few people jumping in as reserves. Ninja Goo in the Alpine. We've also got Milano in the kick. We've also got full debuts for a long person that I've known for a long time. Filthy Orange, known as Dirty Orange. We go way back. So he's making his debut tonight in the Red Bull. No David or the TP, so that's really interesting there. And I think that is it. Oh no, we've got Chijil in the Alpine. Do have a bit of a shout out though, Dynasty, for Woofer. Unfortunately, Woofer's father passed away the last couple of days. So just want a big respect to him and his family, and hope everything's going okay. And in remembrance of Tony, his father. So that's why Woofer is not racing. So we wish him all the best. Have a good week off, and if you need anything, reach out.
Yeah. Family comes first, so obviously look after yourself and look after your family before racing. It sucks when obviously it is family-related deaths. But yeah, unfortunately, it's just what life throws at you. But yeah, it sucks that he's not on the grid because he's normally a really good racer. So yeah, the other person who is missing is so one of the Visa Cash Apps is Butterfly. He's also wasn't in the lobby.
No, that's a shame. And obviously, Drusilla has retired,
Quali ban.
so that
Yep,
is the other quali ban.
yep. And I
That's
think we've
it.
got. I'm pretty sure we've got one more. I'm just going to clarify. Give me 2 seconds. But yeah, we're starting to see some people on their laps. So we've got White Wolf on his side. I expect to see a lot of these doing lap after lap after lap. Um, because that's basically how the inters work, especially in this game. You get faster lap times every lap after the first. No, that is correct. So we only have one person because the other person did not make it this race. So we'll only be losing out two drivers here out of Q1.
Yes. Obviously this is the last one before the season break. So just going to give people just a bit of a heads up on what's going on in the standings. We'll just give you the top 5. So we've got Edge in the lead at the moment with 164 points, followed very, very closely with Thunderballs and the McLaren with 146. Datura, known as Iraq Lobster, with 137. J-Man with 119. And Sick Party coming out in the middle of nowhere with only 7 races raced with 93 points. So that is what it's looking like in the top 5. Constructors at the moment is Mercedes with 236 points, followed closely with McLaren with 199. Then Williams with 166. Aston with 155. Then Red Bull with 147. That is your results for standings and constructors for the time being.
Yeah. So we had a very interesting race last race at Australia. There was a couple of safety cars here and there, a lot of changing of the grid, but there was one dominant man who was there the whole day in first place, Circle of Ice. He is not racing tonight, so you'd look now back at the likes of J-Man, White Wolf, Edge, Iraq Lobster, Chevy Wolves, Thunderballs, China, Sick Party. Can any of those, even Fish Lips, I've seen pace on him in Div 5 as well. So can any of those put up a win tonight? Or maybe an outsider of the grid, maybe Filthy Orange, the reserve, or Ski, or Paul and Hell. Maybe they come from the clouds and win.
Yeah, or do we see someone completely different? It's always good to see someone completely different at the moment. But J-Man has set the pace with a 137.993. Sick Buddy with a 138.700. And then both the Alpines there in 3rd and 4th. But we will see this track start to ramp it up. But the conditions do not look good. And it does look very dark out there, very overcast. It looks like we are going to have a full wet Q1. I don't know if it is going to be going into wets at the moment. The rain is coming down, but we are seeing a few guys on the intermediates at the moment. But I reckon these times are going to get quicker and quicker the longer these guys are out there doing the laps that they need to get those tyres up to temp, as we do see Iraq Lobster on some wet tyres. So yeah, he's obviously not happy on the inters.
Yeah, very interesting. So that's his first time coming out the box. So I think that's probably the wrong call. Maybe saving. I think it's going to be raining qualifying the whole way through. So he's probably trying to save some inters if he can. But the inters here, I feel, work better the more use they have. We saw this come into effect in Vegas, Div 1. I think it was Dragon who set a... or was it Div? I think it was Div 2, sorry. Dragon set the fastest lap on 19 lap old inters. So I think they are better the longer they go and the more laps you stay on them as they get used to that drying track.
Definitely. I've just jumped on board of Thunderballs. He's actually lost the front right plate there, or front left plate on the wing. So may have had a bit of an incident with the wall.
Yeah, on his outlap as well. So
yeah, that's boxing. Unfortunate.
He'll be boxing.
They'll be a bit nervous for him.
Yeah.
He'll be a bit nervy.
Yeah, especially the wet track. Miami's not really a good place. It's similar to Australia with how the track feels when it's wet. It's very, very slippery, like an ice rink. I think Australia is worse with that, but it's going to be very interesting. I don't know if he has spun it into the wall. Or if he has come into collision with someone else, maybe exiting the pits, someone had a moment potentially, but I would expect him to come into the box and change that wing and go again, as J-Man is definitely setting the pace.
Yeah, he's improved again, and I reckon we'll see some more times improving, and these guys will go out a little bit longer on these tyres to get that temperature, to get those tyres down. But very little worrying there for the guy that is chasing the championship leader in Edge with that wing damage. He'll be a little bit nervy going into this because he doesn't want to be at the back as much as he can. He wants to be out there. As you can see, his nemesis at the moment for that championship, Edge in P3 at 138.288. Behind him is actually his teammate in Ski, who is a 138.382. He's doing Sector 1. So let's just see if we can see an improvement from Ski at all on his lap. He is on that. There you go. So he's just saving the ERS back up there. And Sick Party, I just want to have a little bit of a talk about Sick Party. what a driver that's come into the Williams and absolutely just demolishing it at the moment, doing so well consistently. Don't know if he's getting lessons from his brother there, but very good driver and one to watch out for in this whole championship battle. We were talking around about 4-way battle. We could be looking at a 5-way battle if Sick Party gets another good result this weekend at Miami.
Yeah, he's been up there the last couple of weeks. Chevy Wilson puts it P2. So as I said, those enters, the more laps you go, the further they get up. So he had a good start at the first couple of rounds. Then he faded away a little bit, but now he's come back into it. Such as Ski's been another one that's been unfortunate the last couple of weeks. Just hasn't had the luck of the run of luck. He got DSQ'd in Abu Dhabi for blocking the pit lane under the tunnel area. He got DSQ'd in Netherlands for trying to spin his car back around off track. But yeah, there's a couple of people who may be dark horses here in this race.
Well, definitely. We're always seeing him all the time and improving. And then Filthy Orange just gone up to a 137.646 on his debut at the moment. Chevy Wills improved as well with a 137.937. So the track is definitely starting to warm up for those guys on those tyres. Direct Lobster doing a 138.338 on the wets. That's impressive time so far. We've got yellow at the moment in Sector 1. Going to be very interesting to see what happens here. We are going to lose. No, we will lose 3 people in quali. Just to double check there. China.
2.
Is it 2 or 3?
2 because one's already lost.
Yeah, one's already gone. So we're going to lose 2. So it's out of Peanut, Thunderballs, and China at the moment. So I think it's out of those 3. So it could be very interesting to see what happens moving forward. But at the moment, Filthy Orange is leading the way. J-Man coming into the pits. That rain is coming down even thicker now and even harder. So we could see those wet tyres. Not seeing any puddles on the track at the moment. It's going to be slippery out there, especially the swimming pool section. As you can see on board with the Alpine driver of Jajil, trying to get some grip round there. He's actually on a lap. No, he's not. He's just practicing on none at the moment. Yeah. But yeah, it's going to be very, very slippery. And it's going to be very interesting to see if we do have rain in the race, Dynasty, how it's going to work when they're coming through in Sector 3.
Yeah, Paul and Hell just went the quickest, so obviously that track is ramping up, and as I said, the more laps you do, the faster you get. As China is about to be the next one, 2 set of laps, so he looks like he's going to go even quicker. Oh no, he's going to go P2. So brilliant lap by the Kick Sauber there. Thunderballs is now on his lap. Purple Sector 2, so we've got yellows in Sector 3, but I assume that's people just getting out the way, which is good to see. A lot of people did get done for impeding during qualifying last week, I think, as far as I'm aware.
Crossing pit lane.
Yeah.
Crossing the pit lane was a big one here.
Yeah, and that's going to be a very big one here. It's going to be very interesting to see what tyre strategy everyone runs. After the raining in qualifying, it does make the track a lot cooler. So people have to be very cautious because it's not going to be like you're going to have the grip straight away. And I feel like we may, I'm hoping we don't, but we may see a incident turn 1 because people will not realise that there is the track is much cooler after the rain.
Yeah, I don't know if we are going to start to see a try line as Thunderballs is coming round at the moment. 134, 135. Orange goes at 136. He'll do a 138.
139.
15th. P5 may have... Didn't burn enough ERS there. He's got 79%, so he's going to go again, I think. He'll probably do a couple of laps. So I think that was just a warm one, just to put a time up there on 39.2. I think he'll go through at the moment as it stands. But keep an eye on Thunderballs. But we're going back to Filthy Orange. He's now 137.5, 352, sorry. And Red Bull doing a phenomenal job here. P1 and P2.
Yeah. I'm just wondering, have they done a lap where I know I told when I'm engineering, I say to the Div 5 guys that look, do a run without battery, so just do it in hot lap and that's it. And then when we're ready to send a run, we use our battery at the same time. I wonder how many of these drivers that are in the 138 have just done hot lap only and no battery usage at all, as we see Peanut, who
Oh,
has burnt the battery,
oh,
and then Faded Menace goes even quicker. So those are the ones that have burnt their battery all the way down to 0. So I'm wondering if the likes of everyone else, have they set their lap times by just hot lap, or have they actually burnt their battery and they're just not liking the pace here? As we see,
well, we're
Thunderbolts
gonna
has
have to
now
wait and
burnt
see.
his battery. He's coming down back straight. This is definitely going to
Oh,
be the pole sitter for this one. He's going to
it
get
is,
into
but
the
he's hit the curb.
136s. Be the low, the 136.711.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he lost a bit of time there. He's lost a bit of time there. He's hit the curb coming out of sector 3 on that lovely main straight, and then coming onto the left where we can see a few people have gone into the wall, just missing their braking zone, and he's got it all wrong there. So he's probably lost a couple of attempts. So that pushed him down to a 136 point, probably 5. And there you go, Ninja Goo with 132.63. The track is definitely starting to warm up now, but the main thing I'm looking at here is I'm seeing different people at the top, which is always great to see. Peanut has not been up the top that far this season. Faded Menace has nearly had an opportunity of a win, just got taken away from him. Ninja Goo raced last night and really did struggle, but is pole position at the moment going into Q2. Thunderbolts has just set a good enough time to get him up there to hopefully keep safe. But at the moment, Fish Lips and Milano are in a bit of trouble. There is, I thought Milano was facing the wrong way. No, he's just
Fish
letting
Lips
people
has just
through.
went to P4. Milano's out of fuel, so I don't know how long's left. He's trying to let people through, but he's parked.
J-Man.
He needs to get going again. He's waiting for the
Oh,
Ferrari. He's coming around the corner. He does stay out the way. Yeah, he's going into the
oh,
pits.
tank slapper.
So,
Tank slapper there by the Ferrari, and that was
he's on 2.
Peanut.
He's starting his lap now, so he's on
Okay.
hot lap. But I don't know how long he's left
5 different
because I cannot
teams.
see the time.
That's in yellows at the moment. 5 different teams at the top. Haas, Alpine, McLaren, Williams, and Ferrari.
Yeah, a lot of people are coming around for their laps though now. You've got the Mercedes starting the lap. You've got the Williams. You've got the Alpine, I think, of Ninja potentially starting or going into the pits. He's going into the pits, it looks like. White Wolf is finishing his lap. He's got deploy U, so that would hamper his time, but it still doesn't matter. He goes P3. So this track is absolutely ramping up.
Get on board with Chevy Wolves at the moment down there in P11. He'll definitely want a good result to put the pressure on the constructors for McLaren at the moment, and also to help his teammate in Thunderbolts, who's sitting at P4 at the moment. Mercedes have gone from at the top earlier on in Q1 down to the bottom, as Edge sitting down there in P14 and Ski sitting down there in P16, but I reckon we'll see them cross the line. Chevy Wolves is just about to finish his lap. Is he going to get up the top there with Thunderbolts? Then they'll be able to retire and go into Q2. This weather is making it difficult. He comes around the corner. What's it going to be for the second driver of McLaren? Goes pole there. Wow, 136 flat.
So there's only going to be one elimination, as Milano cannot get back out the pits again. So one person will be eliminated. I think Filthy has done a retirement too early. I think everyone.
He's invalidated. Oh. Just sorry, Dynasty. If there is only 1 or 2, Ski could be going out because he's just invalidated, and I don't know if he's going to get round again with 28 seconds to go.
He'll get
It's
to the
going to
line.
be very tough.
He'll get to the line.
Edge is on the lap as well. He's been very impressive on the later of the stages of Q1. Are we going to see him go out? Iraq Lobster, 135.1.
Both Mercedes are starting their lap now, so they've gone to the last second. So I think if Edge or Ski invalidate, they are out. I think if Paul and Hell needs to improve, he is. He's improving dramatically here, so he'll come across the line and probably set into the 136s. I think Filthy Orange has got the wrong call if none of the Mercedes invalidate. Because Paul and Hell is about to come across the line with a 136. Yeah, so that's pushed 14. So it's now up to the Mercedes. They're both on their laps. They're both improving Ski is not improving yet. He needs to just improve. He needs to improve by a second. So we'll stay on board with him. I know Edge is improving. He's up by 1.1. And there is traffic ahead. There is massive traffic ahead. They're getting out the way, though. That's good. So the Ferrari's off the track, letting people past. Just see if Edge hasn't invalidated yet, so he's still going. Ski's still going. He gets that right, and whoever's behind him is getting an absolutely brilliant toe.
Yeah, it could be. I'm trying to weigh it up.
Burning everything.
White Wolf, I think.
Well, no, it's going to be Ski. Ski doesn't look like he's improving enough. He's trying, unless he had a big moment coming out the last turn.
So there from Edge, goes very wide on the exit. Ooh, that was lucky not to be invalidated there. Because of the line, it's going to be quick. Ooh,
what can Ski do? It's going to be a 37. No, it's going to be 38, so he does not improve. But that toe with White Wolf behind gives him P1. So Ski, Milano, Druzilla are our exits for Q1.
That was a gamble for Filthy Orange there. 37.382. If the other guys have got in the 37s, we would have seen a little bit of a disappointment there for a debut going out. But yeah, breaking news.
Well, lucky Peanut
Mercedes
also invalidated his lap.
Ooh.
So
we are going to.
He's lucky he's in P10.
Yeah. We're going to have a chat with Druzilla, Milano. Druzilla, Milano, and Ski. Going in. Do you want me to put that in, or are you?
If you can, because I've got my phone on charge because it was dead. So I haven't even got the Twitch chat open. So don't flame me. So we got White Wolf P1, Iraq Lobster P2, China P3, Chevy Wolves P4, Edge rounding out the top 5, J-Man Fishlip, Sick Party, Ninja Goo, and Peanut rounding out top 10. Pool and Hell, Thunderballs, Faded Menace, Jig, and Filthy Orange running at top 15. Unfortunately, Ski, Milano, and Druzilla with that quali ban jumping out of Q1. But the other thing I wanted to ask is, did they maybe put a dry setup on, knowing that the race is dry, and maybe people adjusted their setups for a wet qualifying, as we do see Q2 is wet?
Yeah, well, this is the thing. Are we going to have some previews? Are they going to give us a little sneaky preview there to jump in and let us know what the track conditions are going to be like? But if that is anything to go by that we've seen, then we are going to have a fantastic Q2. This is going to be all over the place because you saw some of the guys that you didn't see at the top get to the top at the end there. And obviously you've got Sick Buddy, J-Man China, who've done some fantastic laps. We saw Paul and Hell do a very good lap. Thunderballs as well. Chevy, White Wolf, Faded, and then obviously Orange. Orange is going to have to make a massive improvement in going into Q2 there. And also the two Ferraris as well. So this is going to be a very interesting Q2. And while we're talking of that, I'll take it off because you are a fellow teammate of Ski. So I'll take this one off first. Ski, mate. Probably not what you wanted, mate. Obviously, you were behind your teammate in Edge.
Yes.
Edge seemed to improve a lot more than you. And the guy behind you, actually, White Wolf, you actually benefited him because he got P1, and unfortunately, you just missed out there. Can you give us a little bit of an insight what went wrong on that last?
It's just the first sector. The first sector had it going good up until the pool section, and then just went wide, and I had to reel it in. Didn't want to just invalidate, so reeled it in, and then I just lost too much time. I almost caught it back up.
No, that's fine. That's fine. We're probably going to ask you a little bit of a sneak preview. Is the race wet or dry?
I'll have to wait and see, eh?
Oh, I love it, mate. I love it.
Can't give too much away.
Love it, mate. Keep us in suspense.
Yeah, we've got plenty of time left in us.
One thing I'm going to ask you, this season, coming up to the first week's break, you probably have never heard of it. City season, it's basically where drivers can move, a bit like musical chairs, really, but with conditions. Going into a city season break, a week off, how do you feel that your season's gone so far?
Well, I've struggled a bit through the qualifying. Races have been pretty strong, I feel. I feel like my races have been really good. Just need to pick up that qualifying pace to get up the front of the pack. But other than that, Mercedes are doing good. We're doing good where we are. Still working on communication, network. We're going good.
Well, that's good. That's good. And obviously, Division 6, brand new division. You enjoying
Correct,
it?
yep.
You enjoying racing with the guys in here?
You can't get any better than this, can you?
That's what I love to hear. I don't want to
Great.
dig ahead if they've already got, but that's always good to have good positive feedback, mate. So no, I appreciate it.
No, for sure.
I'll pass you over to Dynasty.
Yeah, mate.
That'd be good.
Obviously, yeah, struggling in the quali, which is not always everything, as I always say. Like, I know your race pace is pretty strong. You always make up the positions, which is always good to see, and you always take your time, which is another good thing.
Yeah.
So obviously going into the race, is it going to be medium hards or?
And we're at the back, so we might have to flip it around, I reckon.
Yeah.
Maybe go long, finish fast, while everyone else is on those hard compounds.
Yep. So
It's tough to say because there's always going to be a safety car here.
And that tells
gonna
me that
happen,
it's going to be
so-
a dry race as well. So, nah, but that's good. I kind of, yeah, I wanted it to be a dry race because I think if it was wet, I think we'd have a lot of tickets and unfortunately a lot of onboards, which I don't really want to do that many onboards tonight. But good luck
Yeah.
in the race, mate. But
Thanks, mate.
and yeah, hopefully we see you back here at the end of the race. You never know, mate.
I never know. Top 10s, that's what the goal is right now. So
Exactly, that's the aim,
anything
mate.
better than that, that's all we need.
Yep, good motive,
Oh,
mate.
I'll do that back to the garage.
Yep, back
Leave
to the
you guys to
garage,
it.
mate.
See you, fellas.
See you, mate. Alright, so that was Ski. So now we will move over to Drew Zilla, mate. You there?
Yes, I'm here. How are we, guys?
Good, mate. Good. So obviously you had the quali ban today. So obviously
Yes, it's glad. I'm glad to get that off my record. Thank you.
Yes. So at least it's not such a bad track to be starting last. As we do see, there's incidents upon incidents normally. I wish there's not, but Miami's a track favourite for that. What is the strategy going in? What's the aim? Like, what are you aiming for tonight?
Mate, I always try to race a clean race. That's always the number one for me. Points would be nice this week. Finish the race, no pens. I didn't qualify tonight, which is good, so there shouldn't be any quali bans for next week if I get an opportunity, but good one to miss out on and then jump straight into a dry race. So, yeah, some points would be nice.
Yeah, no, that's always the goal, mate. That's all you aim for. Any points and just go from there. Work your way up. That's what I always say. Any points is good points. You never know
Absolutely.
how much it could help. 1 point could always determine whether you finish last, second last, first, second. You never know. But I'll pass you over to SJ, mate, and see if he's got any questions for you.
Thanks, mate.
Yeah, good evening, Drew. Probably a little bit of a different direction. Obviously, we're going into silly season. This is the opportunity now for TPs to look at their drivers and feel they need changes. Obviously, the pressure can be on. This obviously is the last race before we go into that break. If an opportunity arises, would you grab a full-time seat with any of these 10 teams? Is there anyone that you would feel to, or do you like just practicing and getting into the reserves and using the reserve program as well for a little bit of practice?
Yeah, mate, look, absolutely. I'm happy to be honest. There are a few teams I do like. I've had the opportunity to race for quite a few of the teams as a reserve this season, which has been fun, meeting all the people and chatting to all the guys. Grateful for Aston's giving me a shot tonight as well as a reserve. So, yeah, mate, fingers crossed. Hopefully put some eyes on me tonight and I can perform.
10 races to go after this race. What's your goal for the end of the season as a new driver in Rush?
Oh, mate, if I can see myself on the top 20 on the points, mate, I'll be happy with that.
Love it, mate. I love it.
And get some eyes on me for next season, mate. Use this season as I guess, break the ice, get amongst it, and hopefully next season, next year looks more inviting, and I get an opportunity then.
Yeah, that would be another question I'll ask you before we wrap it up. Going into the later stages, do you find it more difficult to try and, pick up traction? Because obviously some of these guys, I know they're full time and some of them are reserves in the race from the beginning, but when you're coming in halfway through it or not done that many races, do you feel that you're on the back foot a little bit?
Mate, bit of inconsistency. There have been some races where I did pretty well. Made the top 10. Then I think I might have missed a couple of unfortunate pens and lessons learned. Missed quite a few races, missed those opportunities. But yeah, just trying to get in where I can. Still practicing in between, just in case that spot opens up. And yeah, just jumping on board, mate. Definitely probably on the back foot a little, but look, I'm here. I'm getting in. So yeah, let's see what happens.
No, man, appreciate it. Well, I wish you all the best in the race and good luck.
Thanks, SJ. Cheers, guys.
Cheers, mate.
Good luck, mate. All right.
Okay.
So that was Drew Zilla, and I think that would be the only other one joining the comms box. Unfortunately, Milano is not going to be joining the comms box, it looks like. But the times are starting to come in thick and fast. Rock Lobster is probably the only one not to be setting a lap, as I'm on board with Peanut at the moment, who's finishing off his lap. So unless he invalidates this last corner, which I doubtful, it should be a pretty good time. It'd be in the 35s, a 35.8. So we're starting to crack the 35s and almost the 34s with Fish Lips. As I was saying, he did do 5 last night. He's very quick tonight with a 1:35.025.
Definitely. P14 up to P9 are definitely going to have to improve. Otherwise, it's going to be cut quite short. We've got some big fans in the comments tonight. Hayden Skates, welcome to the stream, mate. Up the Williams boys. And YFR01 is a big up McLaren fan. So, Williams and McLaren fans. And Q2 is upon us. 1:35.025 is the time to beat. And it's Ferrari leading those times. But I think that's going to change very soon when these guys go out again and start to put the tyre wear down even more. Are we seeing a dry line dynasty at the moment? It's still lovely raining conditions, just reminds me of the UK, in New Zealand, but at the moment not seeing a dry line form as of yet.
Yeah, it's starting to, I can see it on my screen. There is a dry line actually formed. It did form at the end of Q1, so it is there. But yeah, these times are going to get better and better as we go. As Filthy Orange, I am on board with, so he's doing his lap. Probably expecting him to put up a good time. He's already nearly down a second on his time. So that would almost put him into the 35s. So let's just see how much he improves Sector 2. He comes down to the Mickey Mouse section. He's coming around the corners now. Now this is a heavy invalidation part of the track where you can get it horribly wrong. He gets it perfect.
Ooh.
Perfect in the rain.
Yeah,
gets
fantastic there. Very smooth.
So he's 1.1 up on his time. So that would put him currently into about P6. Which is not the best at this current stage, but this end part of the track he may improve even more. Comes down to the final corner. He's running with 6% battery, which is a little bit low, but he gains a little bit back there. Oh, he almost invalidates by nearly hitting the wall there. So almost scraping. He goes a 1:35.281. Heavily improves that final corner. So he bring home a 0.6 difference down the back straight in that last corner.
Yeah, definitely. And obviously his teammate, Paul and Hell, is on none at the moment. I think the one to watch out for is Fish Lips. And the reason why I say this dynasty is he had a go last night in Division 5 and showed some serious pace in qualifying as well. Not obviously in wet conditions, but looks very, very quick. Race pace just didn't go to plan a little bit. In the end, got involved in a few incidents, but definitely going to be one to watch out for at the moment. But yeah, Filthy Orange, very impressive there. Thunderballs is on an lap as well. We've got Edge on a lap at the moment. Let's keep an eye out on him. I'll go into the section now. We'll be very, very careful coming into Sector 1. Gets round onto the loop. Keeps far to the right as possible, but doesn't want to go too much. It's going to be really difficult to turn the car because it's going to be very slippery. Not any sudden movements there. He's got a lot a lot of ERS. He's not hardly burning anything. So is he going to leave it all for the straight? That's going to be the question. Or is this just a banker? We'll have to wait and see as he sets a 136.821. Coming down now into Sector 2. No traffic really in front. Coming into the swimming pool section here. As Dynasty said, easy to invalidate just by going over that curb. Too far to the right or too far to the left. Very smooth at the moment. Losing a little bit. Oh, he's really trying to fight the car there on that last couple of corners. Now down the main straight, and he's not burning. Now he's burning. He's burning everything. He's in the 7th gear. Keep burning, my friend. Keep burning. Keep us burning as much as you can. Leave around about 25% until the last corner. He's still got a lot of ERS left. Still on that hot lap. Watch the braking points there. Getting on the curb. Could have lost a little bit of time right in the curb. What's it going to be here? Gets a little bit cagey on the right. Runs off the curb. Goes. Doesn't improve at all. Only a 36.3. I don't know if that is a glitch or if he did not improve at all, Dynasty.
I think he wasn't improving in the first sector. I don't know where he's lost it. It might not have been his full potential run. But no, I don't know. He's just lost his pace tonight. So this may be a big out in Q2. I don't know if he's got enough fuel to go again. It looks like he does because he's got in none. So
he has, yeah.
it's not such a bad thing that he didn't get a good lap straight away. As I said, these tyres are better once you do warm them up. So maybe the next lap he might put a blistering lap in, but it's going to be an interesting watch. As Faded Menace is starting his lap, Iraq Lobster is on a lap. So we'll stay on board with him.
Peanut's going to go again. He's invalidated, but he's done. Peanut is done. He's going to have to really, try and improve. But yeah, I think he could be in trouble here. He's got 48% battery. He's going to push it to none and overtake. So keep an eye on Peanut because I don't think he's going to have enough. I'm just keeping an eye on some times. We're seeing a purple for Iraq Lobster in Sector 1 at the moment. Are we seeing anyone coming through? Sixth Party just goes up to P5 there. Looks like we've got Visa Cash Up. Sorry, no, it's the Red Bull of Filthy Orange, who is about to start. These guys look like they're starting their laps, not finishing them. So just getting a little bit confused there. I'm still confused on what happened there with Edge. I don't know if that was an improvement or not.
Plugger is actually engineering him, so he's obviously hasn't listened. But Iraq Lobster's coming down the back straight. So he is on his lap. He's improving by 0.815. So he'll be in the 135.2s. Whether or not he can break the 134s will remain up to this last corner. So it looks like Edge has restarted his lap, but he's got a lot of people behind him on laps as well. So it's going to be very interesting to the line who will be out in Q2, as I'm seeing a Red Bull is letting people pass. I don't know who that is, if that's Filthy or if that's Paul and Hell. There you go, Iraq Lobster finishes at P2 with a 135.1. That was Filthy Orange letting people pass, so Paul and Hell is on his lap. Burning everything, so Edge is improving. Not enough at the moment though, as it stands, so he needs to really hold it down the back straight here. Now we'll see the time. So he's improving a lot now, but is it enough? Because at this current stage, that time would put him P10 or just below P10 actually.
Yeah, it's looking interesting at the moment as Jajil is out. Jajil is out in Q2.
So is White Wolf.
Get these names down.
White Wolf is out.
No, massive.
He's pitted.
Massive.
And Edge, is he going to be out? It's a 135.7. He is out. He is also out. Is Chevy Wolf's going to be able to get up? He is 0.3 down in his time. He just needs to beat Peanut. Peanut is out as well. Chevy Wolf needs to improve, and he could knock J-Man. J-Man might be another one who's out. Chevy Wolves, can he do it to the line? It looks like it's going to be a 135. Oh, it's a 134. He does it. He pushes Edge.
It's not J-Man.
And White Wolf. 3 big contenders in the standings. All out in Q2.
Yeah, fantastic. And that's what the wet weather does, which we absolutely love. Oh, and we got some big breaking news now. Watanabe has redeemed track selection. China, the final round. There we
Yes.
go. We don't know what number that is going to be yet, so we'll
Brilliant.
leave it as that. But Dynasty, I'll let you write that in because I know that you've been enjoying that.
Yep, I've noted it, so it's fine. It's good. China's a good track. Love it. Love to see it. We've had some interesting track selections. We've had Monaco, Baku, and Jeddah, and we've had Silverstone. Did we have no, we didn't. We had hold on. I'll be able to get it. I'll go for this first anyway. Chevy Wolves P1, Fish Lips P2, Fader Menace P3, Thunderballs P4, Iraq Lobster P5, Ninja Goo, Filthy Orange, China, Sick Party, and Paul in Hell scraping through to the last qualifying session with J-Man, Peanut, White Wolf, Edge, and Jig all out in Q2. So that's very big names out in Q2, but it's not always about the qualifying. As I always say, it's what you make of the race that splits the difference. I'm just getting up the track selection, so hopefully my screen hasn't swapped over. So we've got Saudi that's been chosen, we've got Monaco that's been chosen, Miami that's been chosen. Sorry, I got it wrong. It wasn't Baku, it was Miami. Silverstone that's been chosen, and now we've got China that has been chosen. So
Maybe.
very, very good choice of tracks so far.
Yeah, definitely, and it's now dropped down to 75,000. So yeah, it is getting lower and lower by the minute, which is really good to see.
That was
but first of all,
who picked Monaco Thunder, so you can thank him about that, as we'll probably see barely any overtaking. But hey, it's always a fun track. You never know where you'll finish.
And on the new game as well, so it's even better.
Exactly.
All right, well, we've got the big names in. And this is going to be very interesting interviews to have because these guys have been fantastic so far this season, going into round number 10 tonight at Miami. And this is going to be an uphill battle for them because it's probably not where they want to be. First of all, we'll go over to J-Man. Chevy Wolves knocks you out of Q2. How do you feel about that? What went wrong?
It's pretty annoying, you know. I was 2/10 off from making it. No, not 2/10, 2,000 from pulling out. So that's just annoying. But I was going to get my head up. And, well, I think I can make my way through the pack in the race and get in top spots.
You seem very, very confident, which is always good to see. It's always good to have that confidence. But what's the strategy going to be? And we've asked earlier on, are we looking at a dry race? Are we looking at a wet race? Are you going to be mysterious and not tell us anything? Or what's the plan?
I'm not really sure what's happening, but I think it might be a wet race.
Oh, that's going to be very interesting. And the next question, before I pass you over to Dynasty, Season 8, Division 6, first time this season in Russia's history. How have you found it, and how have you found that your performances have been so far going into the silly season break?
I mean, I've had lots of fun, and we've got some good competition here. Like, we've got some got some great names. We had some really great competition, like 7, 8 race winners. Thunderbull's the only guy to have 2 race wins. But it's been really fun, and I've been happy for how I've done with my, I think, 4 podiums and my win in Abu Dhabi. So, that's something that I'm enjoying. It's really fun.
Awesome. Well, I'm really glad to hear that, bro. I'm really and I'll pass you over to Dynasty.
How you going, mate? Obviously, unfortunate into Q2 there, but you've shown the pace so far this season to be able to put up the top. But obviously, the wet qualifying probably caught you out, you'd say. I'm assuming some of you are running a drier setup, so there may be a shift in the order come couple laps into the race, potentially. But what's the goal? Are you looking to try and get to the podium, or are you just trying to get across the line this week? Walk us through what's the strategy going in, obviously being out in Q2.
I mean, it's just going to really be get my head down and push, because depending on what the weather conditions are today, if it is raining, I think I can do really well in the rain, because in Australia I was doing pretty good there. I was good catching like by good seconds a lot. I mean, it is the rain, so it's very hard conditions, and some people aren't as good, but some people are good. They're just really up to the driver, and well, hopefully I can make up those positions to get to top spots. That's what I'm aiming for.
Yeah, nah, that's always a good goal, and yeah, as I say, I'd like to wish you the best of luck, mate. And yeah, just don't make any reckless moves, and you'll make your way through the pack, I'm sure.
Yeah, I got that.
All right,
Thank you, guys.
you're welcome, mate. Good luck. All right, that was J-Man. So he's one of the bigger names out in Q2. Now, the other big name out in Q2, which I will start this off, Edge. How'd it go, mate? Because obviously you are here, and I expected you to be on the track.
Yeah, I think there was a full expectation that I'd be on the track, especially after the recent performances in Div 6. Yeah, no, I'm not happy about this, but yeah, it's what's happened, and the consequences have been dealt, and I need to deal with them now at this point.
So where do you feel like you lost the time? Did you just have a mistake, or did you just
How do I say this the nicest way possible? The track felt like arse the entire time.
Fair call.
I'll be
Fair
honest.
call. Yeah. Nah. Yeah. Unfortunately, it's just one of those things. That yeah, wet qualies happen, and unfortunately Miami, and I said that's pretty much the same as Australia, with the track, the wetness of the track. Unfortunately, it just causes it to be like ice. So apart from that, I'll leave you with that, and I'll pass you over to SJ.
Thank you. Yeah, Edge, we saw you obviously in quali leaving it quite late in both Q1 and Q2. Obviously, Q2 was very, very lucky as well. Obviously, Ski, unfortunately, your teammate went out, and unfortunately, probably not one of the best qualies. How are you feeling with the conditions in the race going into it, and also that your man that you're trying to get in front out of Thunderballs, who is in Q3 at the moment? Is it going to be a bit of a battle through the pack of the grid in these conditions tonight in the race? Do you feel worried?
No, not at all. I think I've shown enough in, especially Abu Dhabi. I have race pace, especially coming from the back of the grid, and it's the awareness that I've been mainly practicing. Obviously with Div 6 and Miami, as we've seen in the previous races, there are always going to be incidents. So I've mainly just been focusing on improving my awareness and avoiding those incidents to stay clean and avoid getting as much damage as possible, pretty much. So I'm not worried at all.
That's good. That's good. Good to have the confidence. And I'll ask you the same question I've asked everyone else. Obviously, the first time this season doing Division 6, how do you feel about the division and the drivers you're racing in, and how do you feel that your performances have gone so far before we go into silly season?
Oh, mate, I feel like I've done horrible. I'll be honest. I feel like I've not done well enough. I feel like I've had so many opportunities to take the division by the scruff of the neck, as I'm pretty sure everyone else has, and I've just failed on them every single time. Except for Bahrain. That's probably been my only good race, in my opinion, so far. But no, Div 6 is good. It's competitive, and that's what we wanted. We didn't want a league where we would have, or we didn't want a division where there was one person who would run away with it. We've had that previously in other divisions and other leagues where it's just one person and they're just gone. Or it's a 1 or 2 person battle. This isn't like that. This is everyone in the top 10 is still eligible to win.
There's some interesting comments there. Do you feel, one more thing before I let you go, do you feel that you've put too much pressure on, because you've stated in podcasts and obviously interviews and conversations we've had that you've not won a championship for a long period of time, and it is about time? Do you feel like you're putting a little bit too much pressure on them because you have these guys like China, like Iraq Lobster, like Thunderball, Sick Party, Faded, and others as well? And also J-Man, who is unfortunately gone out with you tonight, putting the pressure on. Do you feel that that's making you make little mistakes that shouldn't be made in the league currently at the moment, this position you're in?
Yes and no. Obviously, I think everyone has the idea of pressure, I think everyone kind of came in, especially those from Div 5, so myself, David, Paul, and Hell, definitely thought, oh, it's Div 6, it'll be easy, or it'll be easier, and we've kind of been smacked in the face and caught with our skirts down. It's definitely not that easy, so I don't feel like there's pressure. I have been league racing for, this will be my 8th year now, and I haven't won a championship, but I've also never been this close, so if I get top 2, it's not going to be the greatest feeling, but there is always the constructors and there is always overalls. So I've kind of got 3 shots at the pie. And at the moment, Mercedes is doing really well. So I have a feeling that I'm definitely going to win at least 1 this season.
All right. Well, love the confidence, as always, from you, Mr. Edgemeister. And we wish you all the best in the race.
Sure. By the way, it's a delayed start. It's that wet. It's a delayed start.
Oh, really?
Yep. It's that wet. It's a delayed start.
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
This is going to be interesting. It looks like could be monsoon conditions in Miami Dynasty. It looks like it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We've got
maybe good for swimming.
Alfred coming. Alright, have a good one, guys.
Catch up, mate. Alright, so that was Edge, and I believe that's all the people that did join the comms box for the Q2 exits. But we are moving back on to the qualifying, as there are still a couple people in the pits. 2 minutes to go, so you've got Rock Lobster leaving it to the final minutes pretty well of qualifying. I don't know if he's going to get around.
Ninja Goo has just come in. He's just come in.
Yeah, so
that's it. I think that's it for him.
And that's blocking the Aston. That's Aston done as well. You don't make it around on an outlap, especially when the times are 1:34. It's done. You cannot make it.
Yeah, no, I think it is.
He's just coming out now. Yeah. You'd have to be burnt. Yeah, even if you burn, you won't make it. It's unfortunately as fast as the times that you'd need to be setting to make the line. But yeah, Ninja is the first one to call it a day. China's on an outlap. Fish Lips is on his lap. He looks like he's pulled off though. It looks like he's maybe starting his now. Yep. Filthy Orange isn't on his lap. So Iraq Lobster is coming down to pool section. So just keep an eye. I don't think he'll make it. It's 50 seconds to get to the line. You'd be absolutely hooking. You'd have to hope this track dries up by at least 3 seconds to be able to get there. He might have.
It's going to be close.
Yeah, it's going to be very tight. So we will stay on board with him because it looks like everyone is starting the lap. I'll just make sure none of these. Oh, Chevy Wolf is improving.
Chevy's about to finish. He's about to finish it though.
He's going to be a 1:34.937. He goes pole. Does Paul and Hell? No, it's not Paul and Hell. Sorry, it's Filthy Orange. He's starting his lap. So
Thunderballs.
Oh. Goes
no.
P7. Not enough. And Rock Lobster makes it.
How does he do that?
That's insane.
Might be investigation. That might be. He might have done exactly what he did in Hungary.
Thunderballs is on his lap though, so he didn't actually complete the lap. Well, he did complete the lap. He improved, but not with battery. Sick Party's coming down to the line, so he'll be the next one.
He's 7 attempts up, man. That's going to take him 30.
Not enough though. 130. He needs a 134.
It's going to be a 30.
Yeah.
30.
35.
35.
Not enough. Faded Menace.
Faded Menace is.
He's
that 4 seconds up.
It did say that, but it's not. Oh well, it is actually. It's Pole.
It is. Wow.
He was a 140 at that time.
Incredible.
Fish Lips, has he got the pace? He does have the pace. Oh, he does.
Oh yes, he does.
Does China? China is improving. I don't know how much by. It's P3. Chevy Wolf doesn't look like he's in none, so he can't get there. Filthy Orange, Paul and Hell coming to the line. Can he get pole? Oh, it's going to be close. Oh, he's going to go P4. No. Filthy Orange will be the next one to come to the line. He's improving.
Hardly anything. It's only like 0.005, so it doesn't look like it's going to be much. Let's have a look.
It's 35.278, so not enough. The next one is Thunderballs. He's improving.
Thunderballs, 6.5 tenths.
34.7.
Oh, he goes P4.
P4.
Datora!
And a rock
Oh, Datora goes
lobster
pole!
with the
Oh!
last second. Hail Mary has done it.
And do you know there was only 17% that voted for Iraq Lobster to take pole position, and he's got it. Absolutely
wow.
fantastic. And Thunderballs was the second person with 83, and every single other person was 0. So congratulations to everyone that voted for Iraq Lobster. You've just won 12,000
Pile of
points.
points. Yeah, actually, with saying that, he probably timed it perfect because you'd be starting your lap and you'd have to get around the first corner. So that's at least 6 seconds, 7 seconds. So that probably does add up. So he's timed it to perfection. That is absolutely brilliant. And I was on board with him. He did not cut the Mickey Mouse section, which is good to see. So he did obviously learn from his mistake in Hungary. And that's always brilliant to see. That's all I want. Just people just learning from mistakes and moving forward. But it is dry, SJ.
Yes, great to see. Will we have a wet race later on, though? That's the thing. As
I see no clouds,
it's gonna
so I
be
don't think it will be. I don't see
never
any
know,
clouds in
Miami.
the sky.
It got very dark last night in Division 5, though, with 3 laps to go. So, don't count it out. But, no, this is going to be very interesting to see conditions here of what people are going to do. But, it's some big battles to fill tonight for the McLaren and the Mercedes being that far back down and getting through the pack. So, and we've seen what Miami can cause. So, I think this is going to be a fantastic race, and what a way to end it for the city season break.
Yeah, it's going to be very interesting. It'll be interesting to see how we go turn 1. As I said, we did have a briefing, so I'm hoping they all listened as we are just waiting for everyone to pick their setups and strategies. We have 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights, and they are off and gone to the races. Fish Lips gets a really good start. Goes up side by side, gets it done, makes the move. Says thank you there. Goes off track though, so he has to let multiple cars through. So Faded Menace goes up 1, China goes up 1, Fish Lips falls down 1. Funnels, there is an incident. Chevy Wolves has been spun all the way to the back. And Edge
really
and Ski are
there.
swapping positions. Edge now goes past Ski, but he's on the back of White Wolf. Now in between White Wolf and J-Man.
Oh!
So this pack is all White Wolf is into
Oh!
the wall.
He's in the wall. He's been collected there from the back. Chevy Wolves is going right side by side. He's going to go over to the left-hand side of the Aston. He's going side by side with Judzilla. This is drama at the back. Take it easy. It's only lap 1.
Oh, he's been knocked.
Oh! Judzilla's
There
just
goes.
connected
Yeah, he's
into
lost both
Chevy.
wings. Both sides he has to pit.
Oh, no.
And
That is not the start that he wants.
but
He's
going
lost both of them.
back up to the top, Iraq Lobsters on the hards, and
Yeah.
it's very interesting strategy because those hard tyres will be cold as anything. So you'd expect Faded Menace and China to be making probably moves past him eventually when the DRS is open. Filthy Orange on the softs, probably the wrong call at this stage, but potentially right, because if he is able to stay with them for the next 6-7 laps and then pit, it's not so bad, and in that way you get pulled along as well and get away from 9 and 10.
Sorry, Dynasty, there's things going on all over the place. Fish Lips has lost that position due to going off track. Thunderballs is gaining on him.
4 people are pitting.
Thick Party's going through. Paul and Hal and Filthy Orange staying with each other at the moment. Ninja Goo's on top of him. We got the 2 Alpines together with the 2 Red Bulls. Peanut right behind there in P11. A little bit of a situation at the back there. Obviously, that will be looked at by the onboard steward as Chevy is into the pits. White Wolf is into the pits. I reckon we're going to see Faded Menace get the move done on Iraq Lobster and will not want to mess around. He'll want to get past him. He's on the slower tyre. He's going to be extremely slow, but we know how much speed Iraq Lobster has got in that Aston as Faded Menace does gain, but he's got China right behind him at the moment.
He'll hold
it's
his
a
battery.
DRS train.
Yeah, he'll hold his battery for this final straight and try to burn down and get him on this straight. That's a right call though. Don't want to see a dive bomb. He was almost going to make it, but would have been too far back to do it. China though might make a move on Faded Menace before he reaches Iraq, so it looks like he's going to get it done.
Yeah.
Yep.
He's going for the move on the right hand side. Do not get squeezed into that wall.
Nah, he's got it done. So China looks like
He's
he's
gonna
running
get.
the lower
He's gonna get the
wings.
overspeed. He's gonna get the overspeed.
Oh,
Oh, he's got the
almost,
overspeed,
yeah.
and he's gone straight into the back. That's
Yep,
why
he's-
you do not get the overspeed.
And he's come back on perfect. He's left the room. Good to see.
He's lost the
Iraq
front wing
Lobster.
though.
Yeah.
No, he hasn't. Has he?
No.
Has he lost the
He
plane?
might have lost it earlier though. No, he hasn't. He's got it. He's still got it.
No, he's not. Oh, he's lucky that's still intact because
But
that
that
could have
little
been.
incident has backed up Faded Menace from Iraq. So Iraq Lobster needs to probably try and burn away, which he is trying to.
Could get moving.
Faded Menace needs to try and keep up. Otherwise,
Yeah, Iraq's burning. Iraq's burning to get away. He's in the 9, 8.5, 10. Look, 33%, faded 92. If he's got the DRS, is he in the DRS? I'm just seeing now. Burn
He
it
is,
and get
yeah.
right behind him
he is.
because you
He's-
do not want to lose it. Yeah,
He's
good
going to
play.
catch up
Well
down
played.
this back straight just by a little bit, by enough to be able to get the DRS in the next bit. As we see, both of the Red Bulls, they're swapping positions because obviously the soft tyres are still really good at this stage. So expect the Red Bulls to catch back up to the pack, especially with the fighting going on up here. But if Iraq Lobster can hold on, he would be probably on the most dominant tyre by the end of it.
Yeah, he is, but he's pulling away. He's 7.5 tenths, but he's got nothing. He's got nothing. He's got 16%. Vader's got 64. Just needs to stay with him. Just take your time. Ease into it. And I want to just go back over to the back. J-Man, 15th, has not been able to get any higher. Edge has. Edge has made it up to P12 at the moment. We've got yellow.
That was
And Chevy
Chevy
was
around.
again.
Yeah, so
Does he
as-
have side pod damage? That's the question. Is that McLaren internally damaged completely? Milano really holding him up. He's on those hards. Get past him as soon as possible. But no, he doesn't seem to. So it's gone from bad to worse for one of the drivers of the McLaren, but the other one still sticking in that P5 position, staying behind China. In a great position. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 positions away from the championship leader at the moment. So advantage Thunderballs, but definitely advantage Iraq Lobster. And I can feel here, if Faded does not make a move soon, he's going to lose that DRS. Dynasty.
Yeah, these hard tyres are probably about 4 laps away from absolutely being the supreme tyre. So it needs to be done within the next couple of laps. Otherwise, you'll just see pretty much Iraq Lobster run away with it tonight. He's out a second already, 1.1. And he will not get DRS. Yep. So he has now lost the DRS. So that makes him vulnerable to Fishlips. Fishlips has the pace. So maybe he can pull him back in. But they need to work together. They need to not burn.
Ooh.
They go side by side. Yep, he lets him through. He goes back in. Perfect.
Yep.
That is the strategy. And yes, now they've caught back up again.
Breaking news. Chevy has internal damage on that McLaren. That is done. He has underbody damage, side pod damage.
I think it was from that. I reckon it was from going up that straight when there was a collision. I feel like that the damage came there. Unless I'm wrong, it might have been turn 1. But
no, it wasn't. Was that one? Drew Zeller.
Okay. So yeah, it's
unfortunate.
Yeah,
not good.
Yeah,
no, I agree.
Unfortunately, these things happen, but we move on. So Iraq Lobster is currently holding about that second gap. Fishlips is trying to drag him back in, but as I said, those mediums compared to the hards are starting to warm up. Ski's now our first recipient of the 3-second warning, but he is currently 3 seconds away from Drew Ziller himself, so he's got a good gap so far. He's up to P13, so still in the points, which is good, which he was out in Q1, so his aim is top 10 tonight, so we'll wait and see how that goes. The interesting strategy would be Filthy Orange. What's he going to do? Because he's not gaining at all on this pack. He's actually losing a lot of time. And you've got Paul and Hell, who's now lost out the DRS to Ninja behind him. So if you were Filthy Orange, would you be trying to back up the Alpine to give your teammate DRS, considering he's on the harder tyres? As he goes, the Alpine actually goes through. Oh, he gets it wrong. And they are connected.
No, they've been connected. That's a safety car. It's got to be.
Nah, they're both coming to pits.
It's got to be a safety car. No, it's
It's
not.
not.
Oh, they've done it very, very quickly. I don't
Yep,
know how
and
they've not called that safety
they've
car.
they've both damaged each
Wow.
other's wings, so they're both fixing it. I don't think. Oh no, Filthy's just changing his tyre,
That's
so that will
You got
be
these
noted.
noted, Dynasty.
Yeah, I certainly do. That was caught right on the camera, so unfortunately Ninja Goo
Rat
having
Lobster's
a
gone.
yeah, Iraq Lobsters
He's gone.
said see you later. Thank
Yeah.
you very much. Ninja Goo.
He's going for a very interesting strategy. He's going for a very interesting strategy, right? He's burning every single part of his ERS. Then he's saving it all on the last part. But he's only got about 15% on the main straight. Fishlips has got 59%. So if he really does burn it, he can stay with him in the DRS. It's a very interesting strategy that the Aston Martin driver's doing here. See, look, he's only got 30% on the main straight, and it's only 1.3. Fishlips has got 80% battery. So, and he's only 1.1. So if Fishlips can stay with Iraq, he's got a massive opportunity of getting into the DRS and making a move, because this is the problem. You've got to attack when you're at the DRS.
He's now
See,
got
look,
the DRS
9.5
back, yeah.
temps. He's
I
back
think-
up again.
I think
Iraq
it's
Lobster is burning way too much ERS in
maybe he
necessary parts of the
burns-
track.
maybe he burns a lot down the straight because he's maybe running a higher wing setup compared to maybe a lower wing setup. So he knows he loses the pace on the straights and basically not maybe just loses the pace on the straights and knows that he doesn't have the pace to keep up. But we're seeing some pit stops already. A bit early for a pit. That is a Alpine of Ninja Goo around. He comes back on the track fine. Gets going. He's on a soft, so he's had a spin. So he needs to get going again. He's a bit laggy though. But he's back going. His teammate in the Alpine goes hard, so lap 6. It's pretty early.
Fishlips is back up to see. This is what I mean. This is the strategy. This is the very unusual strategy that the Aston's doing. Because now look, Fishlips 54% ERS, right behind Iraq Lobster, 32% battery. He's burnt so much battery that the guys behind him have caught up to him. Unless he wants to work with Fishlips to try and pull away from the rest. This is a very interesting strategy here. I've not seen this, but I think Iraq Lobster is now going to lose the lead because of that strategy. Interesting.
He did, but Iraq Lobster knows like his battle's not at the moment with the top 5 because he's on the hards. He knows he just needs to outlast them. Outlast me. If he can keep up with the mediums, that's a win. That's 100% a win. If you're on hards and you can keep up with the mediums or lead, you are in the most dominant position this race. Because the undercut here isn't as bad as you think it is, but also that gap between Thunderbolts and Edge is now only 2 spots between them. So Sick Party and Paul and Hell.
Yeah.
Peanuts now boxing.
It just made it.
Early pit stop again.
It just made up some.
Skis
Edge has made up some very, very good places. He's about to harass Paul and Hell now on those medium compound tyres. Paul and Hell on 56%, Edge on 54. He'll just want to be able to ease into this. You know, nothing silly there. Going around the outside. Does he go for the move? He's going to get on the DRS. Don't get yourself a pen. Take your time. You're only on lap 8 out of 29 as Fishlips loses the lead to Iraq Lobster. And Iraq Lobster gets back out in front, but he's put everyone into it. Look at this. He brought Fishlips, China, Faded, Thunderballs, every single person all the way down to Thunderballs. Sick Party is 5.53 seconds away, so doesn't seem to have the pace in Miami compared to his teammate.
It's the other Williams tonight. So Faded Menace.
Yeah, Faded.
I've always said that this driver could be anything really. Like he's got the pace. I think it's maybe the consistency that he's lacking, but tonight he's showing that he's doing really good. He's keeping up with all the leaders, and you never know. He's in a really good spot at the moment to
He's
challenge.
got that wrong, and he's lost heaps of time.
Oh, he's lost, DRS, and that's powerful. 2.3 seconds, so he would need
9 tenths behind.
He would need the leaders to have a big moment, which they did, luckily. But is that enough? Because that DRS will be a big, powerful thing, and that's how Sick Party lost that much time with the DRS drag.
I don't know how he's lost that much.
Maybe broke too late for the last corner, potentially.
He went really wide. He was only 9 tenths behind Faded. He's now 1.7. He'll catch that gap up, but it's going to take a bit of time. But that could really hurt his race because you've got Rat Lobster, Fish Lips, China, and Faded all within the DRS. Faded nearly out of the DRS. I think he is out of it now.
He'll get back in through the Mickey Mouse. I think he should potentially. So that gap, as I said, like that gap will increase if you're not in that DRS. You'll see it increase dramatically. As you see, there's 2.6, 2.7 for Thunderballs, 2.5, 3.3. So maybe he's starting to have moments. Or has he got any damage? He's got no damage.
We're going to see. We're going to see some of these mediums pet in 2 laps though,
got the line.
in a second.
Sick Party's got the rope, slowly pulling that McLaren back in. So he is also fighting for these driver standings as well. So we might have a freeway battle by the end of this for 5, 6, and 7. But the top 3 now have run away from Faded Menace. So Faded Menace still in a good spot. P4. I'd be looking right now to say, all right, I've lost the DRS. I'll push for this lap and go for the undercut, and hopefully he can breach that 0.4 gap to get back in the DRS of the front 3, because the longer you stay out, the further they'll get away. As Iraq Lobster's now almost run away again.
Yeah, it looks like it's damage control for a few of the drivers at the back. Chevy Woods with that internal damage. Peanut trying to get the last point from Chijil in the Alpine, who did have an incident early on with Filthy Orange, which will be looked at by the onboard stewards. Ninja Goo on those soft compound tyres looked very, very quick earlier on, but it's fallen down the back. J-Man making his way up, though, on those 8-lap hards. So I think he's already stopped. Let's have a look.
He has
yes,
already
he
stopped,
has.
but
So he'll be able to go to the end, but I can't see it on those tyres. But we'll have to wait and see.
He'll have to stop
Druzilla
again.
up into P10.
He'll have to stop again. You won't be able to push those tyres all the way to the end. That'd be fried.
There's too many gaps. I'm seeing too many gaps at the moment. If you're looking at the gaps, you've got 5.5 temps, 6.5, then 2.3 between Faded and Thunderballs.
There you go. Top
Thunderballs is
2 and 3 are
3.5.
pitted. Faded's continued on. I don't think that's the correct decision. You are now 3.6 seconds behind Iraq Lobster. You are now going to get undercut by those 2 and 3. Probably should have boxed the same time. They are probably hoping for a safety car. Thunderballs is also in the pits, so Edge stays out. That's another interesting call. As I said, they're all hoping for that safety car, which the gaps are too far. You need someone to absolutely. Actually, no, they're not too far, because now we have a 3-car battle with 3 cars right next to each other. Ski's in the box, Druzilla's in the box. A lot of the drivers that boxed early will probably have to box again. Your tyres will be cooked by the end. You just get caught. The potential would be to go try and get the fastest lap at the end. So maybe box a little bit later, and try to make an extra point. Hopefully someone else gets out in the race for you to get the points and the fastest lap point. But no, it's going to be an interesting race to the finish. Yeah,
it's like you said, 6.3. Williams doing a fantastic job. Oh, we've got yellows.
Edge is into the wall. Sorry.
Edge is hit into the wall. Oh no, has he got damage?
damage?
I'm trying to see. I can't see. All I can see is a yellow helmet.
He has got damage, right wing.
Oh
and
no!
Plate. So he'll be boxing to fix that. So that was the.
And Thunderballs is 3-4 seconds behind him.
Yeah.
Down the main straight as well.
So I'd say
this is going to be
he's
interesting.
coming into the pit. Yep, perfect.
Faded's in. Stick money goes again. Oh.
Well, that would have probably
just letting a Rat Lobster run away with it now.
Potential double stack. So Faded Menace now will be backed right up into Thunderballs. He gets out in front of Thunderballs, and just behind Pool in Hell with a 1.2 second gap. But these gaps, yeah, they're forming. Iraq Lobster is 21 seconds in front of Fish Lips.
And Ninja Goo is in on 6 lap softs.
Yeah, the softs are terrible here. Softs are absolutely terrible here. Ski is in P16. He should get Ninja Goo. He does get Ninja Goo. So does Chevy. Chevy's now going to be following Ski around. So they're going to be probably trying to work together, even though Chevy does have that underbody damage. Ninja Goo comes out just behind him on those hard tyres. But the interesting strategy will be, what does White Wolf do and what does J-Man do? Because they are in P8 and P10 on 10 lap old hards.
They're
Yes,
gonna just push.
Yeah, they can go to the
They're
end,
just gonna push.
but you'd be kicking yourself if you get a puncture and end up last. So you probably need to be making that call at about lap 20 if you're going to box or not. Sick Putty is in the pits.
Sick Putty's just coming in. That means that Fish Lips is going to take into P2. China's going to take P3. These two are going to be ones to watch out for.
Faded
Now, Rat
Menace
Lobster
takes Paul and Hell, because Paul and Hell has boxed off of those mediums as well. So Sick Putty, where does he come out? It looks like he'll come out just in front of J-Man. He'll be in fresh air again. So he was about 6 seconds clear of anyone. So that's again where he'll be. He does that pit lane exit good, which is good to see. Paul and Hell will also be in a lot of fresh air. I think he probably will come out just before White Wolf. So brilliant race so far from the Red Bull here. Oh, that might have been a cross.
Done really well. I just thought it was fine.
Think
Filthy
it's fine,
Orange, though, on those 7 laps as well. Pulling Hell out in front of them. White Wolf is probably going to get an overtake soon from Edge, because Edge is 2.7, but he's got to push that. And that could take about lap 16 or lap 15 to get there. So,
he also
yeah, that's unfortunate.
So, Filthy Orange will have to box again, 100%. Medium 7 laps.
Fish Lips is bringing down the Rat Lobster's lead. It's gone from 21 to 19. So
that's interesting. It's very interesting.
If this safety car comes out, it's going to change this whole race, and it's going to turn it upside down, because these guys are going to have the medium tyres to go again. You know, we're on lap 14 out of 29. China's just got the move down into P2.
He's got the overspeed again. He's done it all wrong again. The same corner, the same thing on replay. He's done it again.
But they're bringing that gap down.
19.4.
This lap, I think it'll be 18. I think it'll be 18 seconds. So a Rat Lobster really does need to think about making a stop soon, or how long is he going to push?
He can't stop until about lap 20 or lap 19, because those mediums fall off a cliff at about lap 9.
That is a risk.
Yeah.
That is a big risk to take, because Fish Lips in China. I'm just going to look at the times that they're setting.
He will be on the faster tyre at the end, though.
Yeah, there's not much between them. Like, honestly, a Rat Lobster's doing a 29.9. Fish Lips is doing a 129.9, and China is the quickest car out of all of them with a 29.8. So, yeah, keep an eye out on this top 3. That's the battle to watch out for at the moment. But China, due to the overspeed, has lost the DRS on Fish Lips, and Fish Lips has now pushed that down to 18 seconds on Rat Lobster. He's actually bringing that gap down slowly but surely, and it's only on lap 14 out of 29. And there's still some drivers that are quite close that could bring out a safety car as well. You got Jill and Pena. You've got
Ninja, Ski,
Chevy. I don't know about Chevy, just with the damage to that car. I think that's it. Underballs, is he going to be able to, start bringing in the gap down on Faded? We'll have to wait and see. He'll just stay with him for the time being. Faded looks like he's in control of this race, and Fish Lips goes even quicker on the 29.5. So, yeah, this is interesting. I think this is going to be very interesting. I do believe if a safety car comes out, some big decisions are going to have to be made here, Dynasty.
Yeah, I think the win is in Fish Lips' court at the moment. I believe it's about 22 second loss in the pits, which would put Iraklov behind China, and I'm sure he will be fighting for that position, because obviously it is P2 that they'll be fighting over, and with every lap that goes by, Fish Lips will gain. So it's going to make for a very interesting finish. As we said, Fish Lips at the start of this race, he has the pace. He showed it in Div 5, unfortunately making a couple of errors on his behalf, but there's drivers being very close, and yes, we could potentially see a safety car, but as soon as some of these drivers get past each other and go off into the sunset, the grid's looking a bit far apart as Filthy Orange, as I said, needs to box again. Those tyres will burst 100%. But that would put him all the way down to about P16 when he does box. Or 17, actually.
So strategy gone a little bit wrong
Chevy
there.
has caught the back of Druzilla, so he could potentially he could still get a point here. I know he's got a bit of damage, but all he needs is a couple of these drivers at the back to pick up some 3-second penalties like Ski has, and try to stay within the 3 seconds. I know, obviously, with the underbody damage, it is going to be really hard, but I'm sure Marzi would be pushing him to the absolute... Oh, he goes nearly right up the back of Druzilla. So Druzilla, unfortunately, not having the best of races so far today. Ski's right on the back of Ninja. So Chevy might make the move here down the back straight. He's going to try to burn everything to get past. There's
yellow peanuts out!
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, there we go.
And there's a crash
What has
between...
happened there?
There is a crash between Chevy and Druzilla, which is noted. And Chevy Wolf's has got a 10-second for a collision with Druzilla. So they're both coming in the box to
Missed
fix
it.
the wing. I
Missed
don't know
it.
if Ski hit Fishlip's carcass. I think he's got damage.
16,000 on a safety car, and yes, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. So 16,000 points have gone out.
White Wolf,
Congratulations to
10-second penalty.
everyone. Them. Ooh,
That's huge, and that was... So he must have gone way off track and just kept the throttle on.
this is
But-
going to be massive
but
now
this
because
is-
Fish Clips, China, Faded,
This
all
is
come out
perfect.
on mediums. What do they do?
Iraq Lobster
sick
comes
buddies
out
stay
mediums. J-Man comes in for mediums because you have free 2 laps of safety car, which will then put your mediums to about 10 laps to go. So I think you have to come in if you're the hard tyres with 14 laps. You are given a free pit
Ships.
stop. You are given a free pit stop, or Iraq Lobster will come out first. And there you have it.
Yep.
But those 6 lap older hards, they will be really good at the end compared to those mediums. But it's now
Give
back
it
in the Rock
2.
Lobster's court. So even with
Yeah,
that
he's gonna have
safety
two-
car,
Two laps.
even with that safety
he's
car
got
and
2 laps
everyone,
on the safety car.
yeah, even with that safety car and everyone backed up, that would have been a huge undercut by Fish Lips in China if there was no safety car.
And obviously he's going to have to do 2 laps on the safety.
Here we
so
go,
that'll take him to
J-Man, Filthy
19.
Orange pitting, Paul and Hell staying out, White Wolf pitting, Edge staying out, so he'll get past J-Man, White Wolf, and Jig is also staying out. Does Ninja does stay out, he'll get past White Wolf. J-Man will get out in front of him. Ski will get past both Filthy Orange and White Wolf up to P12. Chevy has boxed on the mediums, and so is Druzilla, so they'll be making up their time. And he's served the penalty, but Druzilla has that damage to his wing, so he'd be probably coming into the box. No, he's not. He's staying out. Very interesting call there.
Okay.
I thought you would
Well-
be boxing to fix that wing.
You've got 2 laps to go. It's going to take him to lap 19, and then they're going to have 10 laps to the end of the race. So those mediums are going to be pretty tired.
Yeah.
So
And
yeah,
Lou saying
this
that
is
was
going to
the
be an
most-
interesting one. Sorry.
Lou was saying that was the most unnecessary crash ever. I don't know what you were referring to, whether it was the on the straight or the peanut crash, but yes, it pretty much was. What I was on board with was anyway, but that would be marked as the onboard, and we'll wait and see the footage. But who do you think wins it from here, SJ?
I really don't know because it's a really tough one. I know that Rat Lobster is going to have fresh mediums. But they're going to have 2 laps on the safety car, which is going to take him to lap, 19. Right, then he's technically going to have 10 laps on those mediums. We've seen how quick they start to wear here at Miami. The question is, those guys behind, Fish Lips, China, Faded, Thunderball, Sick Party, Paul and Hell, Edge, are all going to be warm. They're all going to be warm, hards, ready to go. Don't need to get them into temp. If they can stay within the DRS, they may be able to attack Iraq Lobster on the last laps. But at the moment, I would say advantage Iraq Lobster on the tyres that he's on. But anything can happen. And we've seen what he's done before. He's got a penalty Fish Lips just needs to be able to stay with him. Do not let him get away from the DRS. Overtake him, slow him down, put him in none. You know, just put pressure on him. You've got China. Faded does have that penalty though, which is really unfortunate, and this is the problem that he gets into. He gets consistency, and then he gets a penalty, and that has now just stopped him from getting a podium in this race.
Yeah, I think, in my personal opinion, I think Iraq Lobster will go hammer nail gone after 3 laps. I think it'll be game over. I feel as though the track is warmed up now. Those mediums will be warmer than those hards. He should just absolutely blister this pack and put the sword to the throat. I think he'll run away with this win. He's been dominant all day, especially the first hard stint, being able to run away from the pack on those mediums as well. For everyone else compared to him on the hards is a good feat. So yeah, it's going to be very interesting. But I think realistically the ball is in Iraq Lobster's court. It's just whether or not he can get away straight away, which I believe he will. But yeah, it's going to be very interesting race to the finish.
Oh no, definitely. Miami has been very interesting.
Also, the other thing, this brings Edge and Sick Party back to Thunderbolts as well, and the whole pack.
Yeah, he
is
doesn't.
together.
Doesn't seem to have the pace tonight. Here, there's a few mistakes earlier on, but now it's going to be your crunch time. 9 laps to go, 10 laps to go. Trying to stay within the DRS. That's going to be the question. He's in a great position. He's got more points than he's looking to get more points than Edge at the moment. He's looking at a P4 finish. Can he push a little bit more and get onto the podium? That's going to be the question.
You also got J-Man on those mediums as well, so whether he can make his way through the pack, because we know he's got the pace as well. So he's one of those contestants for the standings, and yeah, he's on the better tyre. He's got the old tyres in front of him of 12 laps, which is not too bad, but they are going to be worse than obviously the mediums to start with. So he'll need to make quick work of that, and hopefully try and catch his grid napping and make his way up the grid, and maybe potentially a podium from what looked like to be a obviously a race-ending crash in Sector 1. As I just saw, I think there was a Red Bull that went super wide off track. But he's back on. So the safety car will be in this lap. Should coming down his final straight. So we'll have 9 or 10 laps of racing, which is brilliant for these medium runners. So that's what they'd love to hear. And yep, here we have it. So we are going to make sure that no one is going side by side. We don't see that. Everyone looks like they're pulling up their cars nicely. Yep, they're just staying at solo, single file, which is good. Everyone zigzagging side by side, trying to warm up their tyres, because now you actually cannot pause your game to heat your tyres up, so you actually have to manually heat them up. So when does Iraq Lobster go? He's on the fresh set of tyres, and he will launch. It looks like, no, he doesn't. He pulls, waits. He still waits. He's waiting very long. I would have went straight away after that.
He's gone. No, he's gone. He's caught Fish Lips 5.5 tenths behind a little bit. He's going to have to try and pull that gap in very, very quickly. Let's have a look going into turn 1. Yellows are flashing. The filthy orange and
I don't know
White Wolf.
Someone's fallen back here. I don't know who it was.
No, I don't know who it is. There is yellows though, but I can't think where.
It was on the straight. There's
Chijil.
He's lost his right end plate.
We could be seeing another safety car if he doesn't. He's all over the place. Oh, Drizella goes miles off the track there. And then Chevy Wolves needs to get the position because those two have had drama all night. Chevy Wolves up in the P15. He's going to get the last point at the moment. And look at that. Iraq Lobster, 1.4 second gap to Fish Lips already. Fish Lips is in under a bit of drama here, but China is 9.5 tenths. Faded is right in P4. Thunderballs is putting the pressure on. He doesn't want to get too close though. In that swimming pool section, it wants to attack near the end there.
They're going too wide now. It looks like is someone going to back out? Yes, he is. Chevy Wolves makes it through P14. There you go. Thank
Yeah,
you
good
very
job.
much.
Good job. He's on the fresh tyres and
And there is
maybe a little
yellows,
bit.
that is.
Oh, yellow.
Yep, Kick
Oh,
Sauber and
drama. Who's
the
yellow?
Aston.
Milano.
There's yellows. No, they're going again. That's good, but there is a 10-second penalty.
All right,
Chevy
Lobster's
Wolves
checked out.
goes P13.
Chevy Wolves having a P13.
Yep.
Wolves on my sidewalk.
Makes it work,
No,
but
he
there's a
can't turn the
switchback
car.
potentially.
Oh, he can't turn the car. He's got so much damage. Jajil, though, does have no front wing. Chevy Wolves could be out the P12
There's
here.
an
We've got
Aston.
yellows at the back.
Yep,
And that-
overspeed.
where's he going?
He's trying to spin this car around. Yep,
Oh, he's lost his front wing.
he's got it going. He's got it going. He's
Yeah.
deciding, does he want to pit? Does he want to? Yeah, he comes in bits. Yeah, he's
Yeah,
probably got. I
completely-
feel like he's got underbody damage like Chevy Wolves from the incident.
Completely
And
the line as well. I
Yeah.
reckon that's going to be a retirement there. We're going to see there, unfortunately. Edge. Oh, we got drama going on here in the
There's
midfield. Edge.
huge.
Someone switches over to the side and then he makes contact with the Mercedes. That was very dangerous driving there. Just literally just moved over into his racing line. Edge is just watching what he's seeing in front here.
Oh, he goes for a move.
Goes
He
for a-
gets it.
Oh, a phenomenal move
but
there.
he
Gets
doesn't.
it all wrong
Sick
though.
Party gets it back.
Oh, the Alpine. Oh, this is what happened to me.
Sick Party's lost
Please
his
don't happen
end
again.
plate. Right end plate. He's gone.
Oh, drama.
Paul and Hell is up to
drama
P6.
at the back.
Vader
Thunderbolts
Menace-
up in a P4.
Yep, Vader Menace holding
Jajil-
out P5. Iraq
Jajil's got a
Lobster's
pen.
checked out. China is on the back of Fish Lips. But yeah, 2.4, there you have it.
Yeah, this race is not over, ladies and
There is
gentlemen.
yellow sector 3.
Um,
It is a massive, massive crash. China is one of those involved. Sick Party. How does China miss his... I don't know what's happened. Oh, there you go. Sick Party's disqualified for driving the wrong way as well. J-Man's out. There's a big crash. It's bring out a virtual. Oh, no. What has gone on there? That whole last section. I don't know what's happened to China. I think he's missed his braking again.
Oh. White Wolf China nearly went into the back of Jajil. There's drama everywhere. Are we seeing a safety car? No, we're not. We're seeing a
Yes, we are. No, we are. There is a yellow right
It's
behind
out.
the Kick
It's out.
Sauber. What does everyone do?
What do you do? What do you do?
Box,
What do
you
you do?
box. New mediums
go for
or new
mediums,
softs.
eh?
I think nah.
Gotta go for mediums.
You go softs to the end because it'll come in lap 24, 25. So you'd go softs. I think you go softs.
Mediums
A
or
lot of
softs?
these,
If you-
a lot
if
of
you've
these
got
guys don't have.
fresh.
A lot of these guys wouldn't have mediums. I don't think. Potentially. Or I think no. Actually, no. They would. They would. Sorry, my bad. Yeah, it's medium or soft. So you don't go hards. There is no world that you'd go hards.
No, that's mad. That's madness.
Hold on, I gotta sort something out.
I do
Yeah, hold on.
believe that we are going to have. I do believe we are going to have another Div 5 scenario, ladies and
sorry.
gentlemen.
I just had to sort out Div 6 chat. So it's been sorted. And I've noted what has been said. But yeah, there's massive. That was massive carnage. I don't know who's caused what. I think China's just unfortunately missed his break in that time. Everyone else is coming past, so he can't go out. Thunderballs stays
Thunderballs stayed out. Nah.
out. Wrong.
No.
Very wrong. I don't think he's realised it's a full safety car, potentially.
It is. He'll realise now when he's behind it.
That Chevy Wolves has stayed out. Maybe they're trying the team game, but you can't back up under full safety car. It's obviously against the rules. But
Honestly,
everyone
if Chevy Wolves finishes in this position, driver of the day without a doubt.
yeah, I think he'll get swamped. You've got Paul and Hell, Ski, Edge, Fish Lips. China didn't box. Filthy didn't box. It's sort of a catch.
It's going to be interesting.
It's a
but
catch-22
Iraq Lobster is
because
going to be rapid.
It's a
It's
catch.
going to be rapid.
It's going to cause more incidents. That normally what happens is unfortunately people. There is a bit of swapping going on here.
Where?
What has happened? Iraq Lobster and Chevy. Iraq Pants are position back, but then so that will be looked at because you cannot drive
That'll
side
be
by
a pain.
side. be
That'll be a
1
pen
LP
coming up
hands
for
down.
a Rat Lobster. Ooh,
But
under investigation.
It's
Naughty.
it's going to make things interesting because, unfortunately, safety cars breed safety cars, and with the older tires and the fresher tires, it's going to cause drama. I feel, as it's
How much damage is to that McLaren though? That's going to be the question. How much damage does Chevy Wheels have to that car? You know, we saw him very early on, probably around about like lap 21, before the safety car come out, that he was having a nice little battle there with Filthy Orange, who is down there in P6, right? And he was finding it very difficult to turn. The question is going to be, this is the beauty of Thunderballs has got. He's got two people behind him that are on older tyres, right? On one lap, actually fresher tyres than Thunderballs. The question is, Iraq Lobster is on
got a
fresh
3 second
soft.
from corner cutting or multiple warnings under safety car. I don't know how you do that. I understand he's trying to catch
But yeah,
the pack.
as I was saying, you've got Edge and Skeet down there on fresh mediums. You've also got Fish Lips on fresh mediums. That's not going to be easy. China, I think, could be under extreme pressure. He's definitely done the wrong thing here. He should have pitted for fresh. The top three, okay, but yeah, this is going to be very interesting. This is going to be about patience, isn't it, really? Thunderballs could pull away, though, from Faded Menace and Ninja Goo if he times this right.
You've got a lap car in between as well. Milano is in between, I think it's... Yeah, he's in between the Mercedes.
Edge.
Yeah, Edge and Ski. So 10, 11 and 12, unfortunately, will
Ski.
be... Yeah, so in between Edge and Ski. Yeah.
Edge is lucky to be out in front of that. So I don't know. I'm just gonna watch and wait and see. Faded does have 3 seconds, but no, we're gonna have to do drive of the day at the moment. But it depends on how it stays. If it stays how it is, Chevy Wolves every day. If he stays in P4 with underbody damage, the incident he had with Drusilla to get up to there with about 4 and 5 laps to go is fantastic, and obviously very unfortunate to lose J-Man, and that will definitely be looked at. But if Iraq Lobster can time it well and take his time, he's got this win in the bag, because
100%.
those softs are going to be rapid down that main straight.
You just need to make one position per lap. So it will come in next lap. So this is 100% helping his softs. So he'll have 3 laps of DRS.
100% helping Thunderballs
as well. Yeah. You have 3 laps to make the moves. You've got 2 DRS zones, which these softs will be absolutely cooking. China has boxed.
Yeah,
that is now the wrong call because everyone's caught back up.
It's going to be interesting. He's going to be soft, isn't it, China?
Yeah.
It
would have been good to see probably the other Kick Sauber to box just to move out the way, because he is still scoring points. So he's lapped, and at least then he would still get the point.
I feel that he's thrown that away.
100%. 100%.
No, he's got mediums. He's gone 10 lap mediums. Oh, Kick. What? With Matif, mate. What are you doing? Oh, you've just thrown away big point. Wow. I've just seen it. Have you just seen it? It's just come up on the screen. It's gone 10 lap medium.
I've seen. So, it's going to be interesting. I feel as though Iraq Lobster should have this win. Should. He should be able to make position after position every lap, as long as he just waits. Don't force the issue, because that's when the issues arise. Because those soft tyres will be way quicker.
Yeah.
Remember, it might be an AI that pit him.
It's all about
no.
Oh, Ninja Goo has left the session.
And he's in P3.
I'll see if I can get him in. I've got him as a friend. Come on, Ninja. Come on. I'll communicate you online, sir. This is not the time to happen now.
It's going to box his car as well. I feel like it will.
I've got him. I've sent him one. Please say he's joined. Quickly, Ninja. I'll send you another one. Oh, please say he's joined Dynasty. That is not
He's
the
not.
time to lose.
His car might box straight away as well.
Oh,
He's
God,
just-
this could be trouble.
Yeah. Well, this will
This could be
help
trouble for
Faded
Chevy
and
Wolves.
Thunderballs. This will help Faded and Thunderballs, but it will hurt Chevy
Yeah.
Wolves with the back of everyone else. Hey, he's joined. Come
Have you
on,
found it
get in
more-
your car. Get in your car. Oh no.
Hey.
Oh no, it's overtaken everyone. He's gone. Oh no. The AI has decided to overtake everyone and gone. And I think Thunderballs has realised that. I don't know if I can call a red flag for that. Because I think Thunderballs will get him instantly. I'll just
Yeah, well, he'll
hold
try
out.
to.
Yeah, he will. He will.
Yeah.
It should go back to normal.
Ninja. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. We'll
It
just leave it
just-
as that.
Unfortunately, stuffed up Thunderbolts restart, but he has got the way because it's caught.
Is he
Faded Menace.
AI?
Yeah, Ninja Goo's AI, 100%.
Oh, look
Oh.
at Thunderballs. He's 1.4. This
Yeah.
is drama. This is drama. Iraq Lobster needs to be so careful here. He's on very quick tyres. A
And
Chevy
now
Wolves
there's
is
an
down
AI
to
in the way
P5.
that makes it even worse.
Oh my God! Not in this
Ninja
pool
might be back in
section.
the car,
Oh,
actually. He might be back.
is he? I don't know.
He might be.
9.5. No, he's not. 1.1. How can he
Chevy.
be
Oh no, he's
1.2?
done a dive
What?
up the inside. Oh, they're
Going
going
around the
side by
outside.
side. This
Oh,
is
there's
this
drama.
is where it could be.
There's drama. This is where it happened. We've got drama at the back. Filthy Orange has gone all the way down to P14 from P6.
Yeah, so
Wow.
a lot of these drivers
Ninja
have lost
Goo.
multiple positions
Ninja-
and time.
Ninja Goo is still in P2. Faded Menace is looking to get the move done. Iraq Lobster is... Wow, he's being followed very closely by Fish
That's a
Lips.
double. That's
Fish
a double
Lips.
move as well. That was a double move there. Caught on stream. Iraq Lobster needs to get to work to catch Thunder.
Oh, this is definitely
DRS is
interesting
enabled.
here. DRS is enabled.
He gets
Edge
past
is now getting
Ninja.
involved in this. Edge is getting involved in this. Oh, Iraq Lobster's through. He's
Oh,
up in a
someone's
P3.
lost their
He's got
wing.
two
That's Fish Lips, I
Fish
think.
Lips, Chevy
Yep.
Wolves. Chevy Wolves. Oh,
Oh,
it's side
no,
by
oh,
side.
no,
There's
they-
Edge as well.
He's
no,
left the
no,
session
no,
again.
No.
He's left the
Oh,
session
Ninja
again.
Goo's gone. I can't invite him again, can I? Oh,
Nah,
thank God.
it's too
Oh,
late.
God, drama.
Too late.
Chevy Wolves has gone as well. That's two people. Oh, what is happening, ladies and gentlemen? Oh, Ninja Girl, I
Edge
can't find you. You
gets the move
completely
done.
disappeared.
Ski's now behind this pack of AI, unfortunately. Filthy Orange is in
Oh,
the
this
box.
has all gone wrong. Yeah,
But-
he lost it. He got
Thunder,
spun. Edge
Thunder's
is
run
into
away.
P5.
Thunder needs to stay away.
Thunder is.
He needs to stay away and keep going. He needs to hope
He's
that
got
Iraq
to.
can't catch up. He's got 100% battery to play with in the DRS zone, and I think it'll just be a matter of just trying to pull that in. Chevy
Oh
will
no,
ski
no!
on
Iraq
side by
Lobster is.
side.
Iraq Lobster is right behind
Oh,
Faded. Faded
there's
needs
going
to
to
be
be
the biggest
there's going to be
bust
carnage
ever.
here. There's going to be absolute.
Ski comes through. Edge is through.
Oh, I don't even
Ski's
know
through.
what's happening.
Ninja Goo. Oh, look at the
Everyone's through.
Alpine. P7, P8. Iraq Lobster up in a P2. He's got
Here we
2 laps to catch Thunderbolts. 2.6
Fish Lips,
seconds.
If he has got anything to say about
Fish
it,
Lips
is he
is
going to?
gonna-
No, he's not. He's
Come
going
on,
to
you
stay
put the
there.
pressure on him. Take him out the corner, please. That would not look good.
Nah, 2
Jajil up in a
seconds. It's closing.
P7.
But it's one thing to
It
catch,
is,
another thing to hold on and try and overtake. Will those tyres last as
I
well?
hate-
That's the real question.
1.9. 1.9.
They are on the same amount.
That
Oh,
looks-
3
He's got
seconds.
3!
That is done.
Oh, he's done it again! He's done it again. Fish Lips could get P2 here. This would be fantastic. I
And
might
that
have
will
just
give
woken up
Edge,
my wife.
Edge potentially P3 with the 3
Yeah,
second as
Edge
well.
is in a massive position here at the moment. And he's got Ski right behind him. Mercedes done a fantastic job. Ninja
Can Iraq
Goo
Lobster
isn't-
catch and run away though? He's caught the back.
No,
He's
not
caught
three-
the back.
Not 3 seconds.
Oh, he's caught 1
Not 3
second within a
seconds.
lap. It's going to be interesting to see. He might still hold on to P2, I think.
Thunderballs, mate, just drop it to none.
Faded,
And
Faded makes the
frustrate him.
move on Fish Lips, gets
Ooh.
it done.
He's gone way too deep. Ooh, Edge doesn't want to get involved in this because this could be curtains. This is
Oh,
what
yeah.
happened to me. Watch the brakes. Watch the brakes.
Do they get through it
Ooh,
cleanly?
Edge does not want to get a 3 because then he jumps into all of that crew with Ski, Jajil, and Faded, and Iraq Lobster all within the 3. Paul and Hell, though, has got a massive opportunity on some big points as well. Could get P5 here. Be massive for him and White Wolf as well as Thunderballs just
In the Ruck
Work
Lobster.
with him. Work with him. Work with him now. That's
No
all
need
you
to
need
fight,
to do.
and no need to push the
Don't-
corners as well. Just stay within 3.
They've got exactly the same ERS. They work
Oh,
together.
no,
He's
there-
got the
there's gonna
job
be
done. We've got
carnage
more
here.
drama going on here. Faded in P3. Edge into P4.
Edge goes to
Edge
P3.
gets in front into
Fish Lips
P3.
goes to P4.
Oh, Edge gives him a bit. Oh, Fish Lips gives him a bit of a tap to see how you're going. And we need to do driver of the day.
It's almost out to a second in Sector 1. It is already out to a second. Can a Ruck Lobster do it? It's 1.2, 1.3, 1.4,
No,
1.6, 1.9.
no.
Oh, back
I
to
don't know. We'll have to
1.7.
wait and see.
He's burnt everything. That's
need-
why it's done. He
Put
can't.
in the
He
mud
can't.
calculate
He
that
can't with
P2, bro.
can't with P10. Can't with can't with 10 battery. Can't with 10 battery.
Driver of the day. Driver of the day. We're on the last lap. We need to get DOTD done. Who's your driver of the day?
I don't know. It's been Edge has had a good recovery drive. I love the drive of Fader Menace. I love the drive of Ski. I love the drive of Fish Lips. A Ruck Lobster is 2
Which one?
seconds in front. Oh, I don't know. I'm gonna go Ruck Lobster.
one?
Just being the hard tyres at the start. That was brilliant. If it wasn't for the safety car, he was gone. 100% he was gone.
Right. My driver of the day is going to be Edge, actually.
Oh, it's battle to the line. Fish Lips will get it done over. Oh, I got out to 2.6 in the end. Almost. Iraq almost had it. 1 lap too late, I think. Fish Lips brings down
There we go.
P3, Edge P4, Fade Menace P5, Paul and Hell P6, White Wolf P7. Absolute great drive from White Wolf considering the lap 1 incident. Ski P8, Jig P9, China P10 after boxing, which I feel was the wrong decision because realistically he should have probably been around the mark even with those hard tyres. Ninja in P11, Druzilla P12, Chevy was bringing home a couple of points there for the McLarens in P13. Filthy Orange coming home P14 with that pen, and he'll stay P14 because Milano is lapped.
Yeah, it's still got some points there for Chevy Wolves. Unfortunately, we did see him fall all the way down the back in the end there. The driver of the day is out already. 5 people gone in for Edge at the moment. So the votes are Iraq and Edge. We've got around about a couple of minutes. So get your votes in. Obviously lost a little bit of concentration at the end there because there was so much going on. 56 people tuning in tonight. Thank you very much. And, well, there you go.
Okay, so I've just had confirmation how China lost out positions. He lost communication or connection to his rig about a dozen times throughout the race. No brake pedal at one stage. So yeah, so that's probably why we saw him almost binning it into the wall each time. But Thunderballs P1, Iraq Gloves P2, Fish Lips bringing home P3. So that's your podium with Edge in the P4, Fader Menace P5, Paul and Hell P6, White Wolf P7, Ski P8, Jig in P9, and rounding out the top 10 is China. So still a good drive considering the issues he had. Ninja Goo P11, Druzilla P12, Chevy Wolves P13. So good, obviously recovery for a couple points there for the McLaren. Filthy Orange P14, Milano lapped, but still gets that point with unfortunately J-Man, Peanut, and Sick Party. Sick Party unfortunately getting DSQ'd for trying to obviously get his car corrected, which is unfortunate about this game. But there you have it. That is your results.
Yeah. Right. So we're just going to get these guys in for an interview. So we've got Edge, we've got Thunderballs, we've got Fish Lips actually gets the job done there, and we've got Datora or Rack Lobster as well, or I'll say what Anabi as the TP because they are the ones to have a chat with. If we can get Datora in, it would be great to hear what he's got to say. But first of all, Dynasty, before we do go over to interviews, what did you think of that race?
It was good first. The first half, good. Not good second. Not good at all.
Right.
There was pretty much a car park on the last corner, so I hope someone hasn't dived because that is not on. Because we did see about 5 cars with a race-ending impact. So that'll be up to the stewards, so we'll have to wait and see. But the first half I thought was really good. Pretty clean, other than there was, I think, a couple people coming together, but the rest were pretty good.
Yeah, definitely. All right, we're getting wait. Have you? Everyone's in. No, get this person
It's
out.
alright. It's alright. I've muted him anyway. It's fine.
Get rid of them.
All right, so we will. Yeah, he's muted anyway, so it doesn't matter. We will start it off.
Who driver of the day? Driver
Driver
of the day,
first?
which is Edge.
All right,
Yeah.
so we'll start off driver of the day. Do you want to take it away, or do you want me to take it away?
No, you can join first, and then I'll ask a question. So
All right.
you go first
All
tonight.
right, Edge. Obviously you were out in Q2 and you were looking to just try and keep the car in one piece. And yeah, it's just obviously a really good result coming up to P4. What was the plan going into that safety car?
Which one?
Yeah, the last one.
The last one. We initially, myself, Plugger, and Ski, we were kind of looking at it going, oh, it's a BSC, we won't pit. Safety car comes out. That changed everything. We kind of were like, we'll react and see what's happening. We saw a Rock, Lobster, and Fish Lips pit. So we're like, we're just going to pit. We'll just go for it. And then obviously Thunderballs and a bunch of other people stayed out. So I sat there thinking, we've made the wrong decision. Oh no, we've thrown it away. And then those last few laps happened, and you just kind of had to watch it happen. Like, I don't think I made any spectacular moves except for a double overtake in the final corner. But other than that, I just kind of watched the chaos in front of me happen.
Yeah, it certainly looked chaotic right at the end there, which I understand we're in the last couple of laps of racing, but unfortunate things happened, and people go side by side and don't leave the space when necessary, and but you kept it clean, kept it tidy, back up to P4, so not losing too much out to obviously your rival in Thunderballs there, but still a good result, because I think Ski also finished in P8, so good result for the Mercedes there with double points. But yeah, I'll pass you on to SJ and see if he's got any questions for you, mate.
Yes, I do. Obviously, just missed out on P3, but did deserve driver of the day. I thought that was a fantastic drive, and that's obviously the reasons why we are interviewing you. Normally, we just interview driver of the day, P1, P2, P3. I think you're probably a little bit frustrated getting past some of those slow runners, but as we do know, Miami is very, very difficult in that Sector 3. You've got to be patient. How did you find the drive for you tonight in a position where you knew that you had to get up through the pack? And you did say earlier on in your Q2 interview that you were confident. Is it still the case?
Yeah, absolutely. I think now that I've shown what I was saying in Q2, I'm not quali pace, I'm race pace. So no matter where I qualify, I will probably end up battling for top 5, which is what we want, because that's where the points are. And I think I've even mentioned that in the Q2 interview that I'm definitely one to watch out for in this league, and I think I've proven that today with that performance. So obviously a bit gutted for the final lap overtake for Fish Lips, but he deserved the P3 over myself, and I'll be honest, I'm absolutely stoked with P4. I feel like it's a good performance for myself and the team.
Yeah, you get. Would you say? There's some big words there. Obviously, big for the division. Yes, that is correct. You are obviously leading the championship, but we know that Datora has got some serious pace and just makes those little mistakes at the end. Thunderballs obviously won tonight. Fishlip's got a podium. You know, these guys, if they start getting consistent points and you make one mistake, you are in the firing line with all 5 of them. Does that not worry you? With 10 more races to go and how close it is in here? We were talking about a 3-way battle at first, but
too far ahead for us to run him down.
Yeah, unfortunately, yeah, when people leave that late in the game, it makes it a lot tougher to try and get them back in and try and get them racing again. But no, you still be pretty stoked with that position. Obviously 3, so still good points for the Ferraris, and yeah, obviously moving off to the week off. Obviously looking to re-energize yourself and try and get to that next step of the podium for the next race?
Yeah, for sure. Like the last couple of weeks, I've really started to pick the pace up a little bit. I was super quick at Oz and just struggled in the rain there, which is a bit disappointing. But yeah, I'll smash into Baku. I'm pretty weak there, so I'll give that a good hit out during the break and see if I can come up with a bit of a better game plan there.
Yeah, no, brilliant effort by you, mate. And I'll pass you over to SJ and see if he's got any questions for you.
Oh, Fish Lips. How you going, mate?
Good, mate. A little bit better than last night, eh?
Yeah, so I wasn't on track, mate. No, we won't talk about that. We'll leave that to the stewards.
Fair enough.
Mate, I knew you had the pace here. I did say earlier on tonight that you would be one to watch out for because we saw some exhilarating pace in the dry, though unfortunate. Obviously, you had different conditions to deal with tonight with those wet conditions in quali. But you definitely had the pace in quali. And it looked like he had a bit of a different strategy to do to Iraq Lobster. I was saying it earlier on that he was burning a lot of his battery and not really saving it up. And you were actually normally catching him on the last sector. Was there a time where you thought, I need to try and get past him to try and pull away? Or was it just trying to stay with him with the DRS until he needed to pit and then try and win the race?
To be honest, I think he just had too much genuine pace. Like, he was weak into that last corner. That was the only spot that I could actually catch up to him. That was the only reason I could kind of hang near him, was that last corner onto the front straight there. He was just super fast. Like, I was pushing pretty much as hard as I wanted to.
Well, going into the silly season, I think you'll probably be happy with that. I think that is that your first podium this season?
Second, I podium, but I lost it due to pens, so...
So first?
So first, yeah. Well, hopefully we keep on to this one.
How do you feel that the season's gone for you this season? Obviously, you've had a little bit of a go in Division 5, which is different. You probably got to say that. Division 6, there is some very, very quick guys, but also some guys that are still getting into the game and also trying to learn. But then Division 5, there is a different standard in some areas. How do you feel that you've performed in both races and both divisions?
Div 6, I've been a bit disappointed. My quality pace hasn't been there early, and I keep getting caught in that mid-pack, and I've got a lot more pace in that mid-pack, and I keep getting myself in troubles and getting silly pens, and it's super frustrating. Div 5 is a different challenge. Everyone up there is quick, and it makes the race a little bit easier because there's not such a contrast in pace. So I can just kind of get into a nice rhythm in Div 5 and just send it.
Okay, all right. Well, I think great win tonight. Great podium tonight for P3, and look forward to seeing what you can do when we come back from silly season in Baku.
Awesome, thanks, lads.
Cheers, mate.
All right, so that was Fish Lips in the Ferrari for P3. Now we'll move over to the TP of P2 in Watanabe. You there, mate?
Yeah, how we going, gentlemen?
Good, mate. So how did the race go? Because I saw you guys were on the alternative strategy heading into the race. So you went the hard tyres, which was a very interesting call. But you did make it work up until that safety car. Obviously, that safety car probably ruined it, realistically. But he almost took it to the line with that 3-second pen. But walk us through how it went and how his race started. Obviously, was there any moment where he kind of thought that he could actually take this race and run away with it, or was it just more of a patient waiting game?
Oh, so I don't know what lap it was. Everyone had gone into the pits. He was about 20 odd seconds ahead, I think it was. He'd just started chilling out. He had two hands on the trophy at that point. And then that safety car came out. Let's just say with the things that how the race panned out at the end, he wasn't very a happy chap. The safety car restarted, just killed him. I was surprised at how many people stayed out. Staying out for Thunderballs, that worked perfectly for him. I didn't anticipate people staying out in the hard, so fair play. Just a safety car restart. Chevy Wolves was was one position ahead, I think, and he couldn't overtake him until I think it was the final straight. He just did such a good job holding him up, positioned the car perfectly into every corner. There was no way around him. Even with that damage, I'm not sure how severe it was, but props to Chevy for that. And then Ninja Goo's AI as well. That was another killer. On the restart, I had a little laugh. It just beelined it, overtook everyone into first. I think Thunderballs got past him pretty quickly, but then through that swimming pool section and down that last DRS straight, the AI was just something else. It was braking so early, and the people behind actually ended up not spinning Iraq, but half spin. He lost a fair bit of time from that. So he didn't think the race went very well, but I thought it was an awesome race. He did really well. I'm happy he got on the podium. He really deserved it.
Yeah, nah, there was brilliant effort from him. Obviously, being on the hard strategy to start with, that's a brilliant feat to almost win it, especially with that amount of safety cars as well. But I'll pass you on to SJ and see if he's got any questions for you, mate.
Oh, thank you.
It's Dynasty. Once Navy, obviously, such a shame. Obviously, we can't talk to obviously Datura. It looked like he had that in the bag. Looked like the better strategy there. I did say earlier on that he was burning a lot of ERS in some of the areas, and it looked like he was trying to pull away. And then, unfortunately, he got caught up because he didn't have the ERS to pull away. What was the strategy there? Because Fish Lips he got back into it very, very quickly, even though he was on the better tyres. Was the aim to try and pull away from the DRS, and that's why he was burning so much ERS early stages of the race?
It wasn't necessarily to try and break the DRS. Iraq Lobster, I think, as you guys probably know, he loves the long straight tracks. He doesn't like tracks like Miami. So finding a setup for him was really hard. He was probably running the highest wings. They were both in the 40s, so it was save as much ERS as you can for the straights, and in the corners, just push as hard as you can. Try and increase the gap, because down the straight, if Fish Lips would have been maybe 5 tenths behind him on the straight, he would have got him quite easily. He was a sitting duck down the straight, so it was just push as hard as you can through the corners, allow your setup to gain that advantage, and yeah, just go from there. It was burning the battery to stay ahead, pretty much.
Yeah, we've seen Datura, okay, like Iraq Lobster in some areas on different tracks, be it like a completely different person. Obviously, really did struggle in Bahrain. Seems to like those straight line speed tracks. Does very, very well. A lot more corners, and then starts to struggle. But the biggest question, I think, and obviously going into the silly season as a drawback for you as a TP, is the penalties that he's getting in the closing stages of a race, which is definitely changing things up, especially if there is a late safety car and there's only like 2 laps to go. And as we saw, Thunderballs was obviously very, very lucky to get the win. It was a very, very close one at the end. But is that something that you're going to probably go back with the Aston Martin garage and have a little bit of a chat regarding the penalties that he keeps getting in these closing stages of the end of a race?
It's been something we discuss every week. Just he's having such a good race, and it's just when the consistency gets broken, the mistakes come in. Especially towards the end of the race, when he usually goes to the alternative strategy. He likes doing that. So when the nerves come in, the consistency falls. It kinda, I wouldn't say the race falls apart, but he definitely some mistakes that need fine tuning for sure. But it'll just come with time. I know he can do it, so we'll just see how it goes from here.
Last question. He's 3rd at the moment in the championship. I think he may be under investigation with the onboard stewards. We'll have to wait and see. I don't think it's a time penalty. I think it could just be an LP. He's 158 points to Edge's 179 and 171 pending, obviously, penalties and points. You feel that Datoria's got it in him to win this championship in Division 6, or do you think this is a 3-horse race between the Mercedes, Edge, and McLaren Thunderballs?
It's a tricky one.
10 races in. Come on, Montenabi. Give me something. With 10 races in, there's 10 more races to go. Do you believe that Datura can take this championship?
Being brutally honest, no, I don't think he can win it.
Ooh. I need to write that in the comments. Breaking news: TP doesn't think his driver can win. That's a big statement to make. Last one for you, Watanabe. Are you happy with your whole team, including Division 6 and also Division 3, to race on Wednesday so far this season, going into the silly season break? And will we see any Aston Martin make any big changes in silly season?
Well, I haven't told anyone this yet, but I'm in the talks with 2 people. They're full-time signed elsewhere. I won't tell what team they are, but it's for... No, I won't give away the divisions. I'll keep it a secret. But there might be some changes coming. But overall, I'm very, very happy with my team. The changes might not be my choice. But yeah.
Dynasty podcast incoming. Podcast interview
Very
incoming with
interesting.
Aston Martin, definitely. No, I want to Navy, mate. Thank you very much. And yes, from all of us as well, Datora, tell him congratulations as well. He's been fantastic this season. Tell him to have a good break, and we look forward to seeing him in Baku on the 15th of April.
Sweet. Thank you very much.
All right, that was Watanabe, and now I'll let you take it away with P1. SJ.
Thunderbirds, go!
Mate, how you going, boys?
Thunderbirds, Thunderballs. Everyone's probably wanting to know why I call them Thunderbirds. I just love the word Thunderbirds. Thunderballs. Let's start off in quali, mate. Had a bit of an incident, I think, in Q1. Hit the wall, lost the front left plate there. I don't know if you were driving.
Yeah, okay. So just a quick one.
Like, or open?
Yeah, it's not that at all. So many people can attest to this in racing. When you use the controller to make some changes, you lose all force feedback on your wheel and all calibration on your wheel. So when I was coming out the pits, I went to turn, and because I was using my controller to set up a party, I couldn't turn. I just straight couldn't turn. So yeah, it was ugly. Got it back though. So that was why. That was why.
I love that. Blame it on the pad.
Definitely. It was, mate. Oh, you don't have a wheel, so you wouldn't know, but that's the truth.
No. Thanks for that. We'll go a little bit further into it. It looked like made a little bit of a mistake, or went a little bit earlier than normal in the wet in the Q3, which obviously pushed you down, but still in a good position. But unfortunately tonight, like we've seen before, as an honest teammate and an honest person and not being biased, didn't have the pace out there tonight compared to the other front 3. Give us a little bit of an insight on your race and how you felt it went.
I hate my home track with a passion. That's the truth. Do not like Miami at all. In the bin. I'm glad it's over. I think it was quite apparent that I didn't like Miami earlier today. As you guys would know, I like to give a little razzle-dazzle to the Div boys to start the day off on Tuesdays. And the first one was literally Miami, full stop. And I let that be. I got a couple of DMs like, what, no hype message? Come on, man. But yeah, I just don't like Miami as a track. I was actually really surprised I made it through to Q2, let alone Q3. And to qualify P5, I was pretty excited for it, to be honest. I couldn't believe I did that.
Yeah, and it seems to go each different way each week. You know, we've seen Chevy outperform you one race, and then you outperform him, and obviously, unfortunate tonight, he was up there with you, but obviously had internal damage on that car, which was quite bad earlier on. Were you biting all your fingernails, and if you've got any hair left on that last lap, because Datora was on fresh softs and had some serious pace, did you think that you could pull the gap? Take the win?
Well, I saw you had a 3-second pen, all right? And he drives a bit aggressively at times, so my theory was let him go by and stick within 3 seconds, just drive clean. So that's what I did. Like, I know, I fell back to like 2.5 seconds, 2.6 or something at the end. But I mean, it was all semi-planned. I was just driving at a pace to make sure I didn't lose that 3 seconds. I was on the old hards, as you guys know. My engineering team and myself made the decision to not pit, knowing that it was only going to be about 4 laps of racing, and yeah, it was the right call. We made the right call.
Definitely. And I'll ask the same question as I've asked everyone tonight before I pass you over to
Stop it.
Dynasty.
Nope. I don't want to answer this. Look, I'm going to preempt your question, all right? And I'm going to say everyone throughout the beginning of the season is picking up pace. We're seeing a lot of people hop up on top of the podium. We're seeing a lot of differences from track to track. Everyone is putting in work. They're putting in hours. They're practicing. I actually talked to a number of the D6 guys. I know they're putting in work. I know they're putting the laps in. I'm not surprised with what I see. There's no clear pack. There's none of that stuff. We've seen so many guys show with pace over the last few weeks that no, you can't say it's a 3-horse race, SJ. You just can't, mate.
I'll be honest with you right now. Actually, wasn't going to say that at all. To be
Oh,
honest with you.
what?
Was actually just going to ask.
Everyone else got that question but me.
No, the question I was going to ask you was what did you have for tea? No, honestly, the question I want to ask is, how do you feel that your season's gone so far going into the silly season break? I know that there is a championship fight going on, and we've said 3, and we've said 4, and we've said 5, we've said 6, and when we've seen so many different winners in Division 6, so many different winners in Division 3, it's so competitive throughout, apart from probably Division 1, even though there's competitiveness there in P1 to P3. How do you believe your season's gone so far, and what do you think you can do better going into the next part in Baku?
Well, this is my 3rd win of the season, so I'm pretty ecstatic over that, to be honest. This season's actually taken me by surprise. Like, at the beginning of the season, having a chat with my team principal and Marzi, it was along the lines of like, we're just going to focus on getting you better. Don't worry about winning races. Don't worry about podiums. Just, bring the car home safely. We see that you have pace. You did reserve races last season, and you just need to get experience under your belt. Surprised the hell out of myself on the first couple of podiums. Got a little bit emotional on the first win. Like, I definitely didn't expect to even be on podiums, let alone get wins. And I think this season I've been really performing well, outperforming my expectations that my TP definitely had at the beginning of the season, outperforming expectations I had for myself at the beginning of the season. And I think I've nestled into McLaren quite well, and I enjoy it. I enjoy having the team around me, and all the conversations we have, the practices we have. I think everything is going great, and that's I see this season so far. Looking forward to silly season and seeing what that brings, though.
No, awesome. No, I appreciate the reply. From myself, have a great break. Enjoy it. Enjoy the action that goes off, and obviously enjoy the last race, which is tomorrow night in Division 3. Congratulations on the win. A fantastic win after everything what we've seen tonight. And more points for Papaya. And we'll see you in Baku in a week's time. And I'll pass you over to Dynasty.
Thanks, SJ.
Cheers, mate.
Yeah, well done on your win tonight, mate. Obviously, the strategy to stay out was correct. Obviously, the issue obviously with going in is you have to make those positions back, which a lot of the other drivers did struggle because basically after the safety car restarts, it causes everyone else to bunch, and those who are on the older tyres are still trying to fight hard for that position. But no, brilliant strategy call by obviously the McLaren garage there. Just moving forward, obviously we've hit the halfway mark of the season. Your form's been absolutely great. have you got any tracks coming up that is one of your favourites, or are you just hit your peak now and hoping for the best for the rest of the season?
I am looking forward to a few tracks. Can't really, there's a couple out there. Like I like Jeddah. I love Jeddah. Silverstone, Japan. All those yet to come. I'm looking really forward to those. And then we got Baku next week, and then in 2 weeks' time, and then Texas. So I'm looking really forward to the back half of the season. I'm glad to see the tail end of Miami, though. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah. No, there's some brilliant tracks coming up, and it's always good to see someone else liking Jeddah. I absolutely love Jeddah. But well done on your win, mates, and go enjoy it with the McLaren boys.
Thank you very much. Thanks, guys. Have a good night. I just want to say one thing. Can we maybe put a protective zone around Chevy next race? My boy keeps getting taken out in the first lap. It hurts. But yeah, props to Chevy. He drove with floor damage for the whole race. After turn one, he got floor damage, and it just hurts. But yeah, thanks very much, guys, and have a good night.
Yeah, you too, mate. All the best.
Thank you.
Honestly, I don't think we've got any bubble wrap, unfortunately. Which is a shame.
Unfortunate for the McLarens. But yeah, Chevy's quick. Unfortunately, he's just been involved in multiple incidents. Obviously, not his fault. Majority of them. So I'm sure his form will bounce back through the closing stages of this season. But that'll be it from us, SJ, tonight. It was pretty decent to watch. As I said, the back half of it wasn't as good. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how many report tickets we get, because I know I did list probably about 6 or 7 on board. So
yes, it's a track which is definitely like Australia. We thought it was going to be quite easy, very easy to overtake in some areas, but it is, as long as you're patient. We've seen that Miami is. There's a lot of fast straights, but then there's some very, very difficult technical areas on the track as well, which can easily cause incidents, very easy, which we've seen tonight. And when you've got them safety cars coming out right at the end, can cause a little bit of a spanner in the works, especially when guys deciding to stay out on older tyres and don't technically have the awareness on track compared to some of the guys on the fresher tyres. So the guys on the fresher are going to be a little bit more pushy and are going to want to get the moves done a lot quicker. And it obviously doesn't help that the AI decided to go first as well, which caused a little bit of a storm there. I just want to say a big shout out to everyone. We've got quite a lot of people that followed in tonight as well. Big shout out to Angela Martinez, Yeet301, Senio Power, The Gaming Walmart, Defrin on Twitch, Match, and Tyxo, and Ghost, and Tia, and Formula, Mokro, and Sani. They're all the people that followed this week. Big up to our main sponsor, AI369. I found out some information regarding AI369. They are launching their program and software in 6 weeks. There's been a bit of a delay, but it's all being sorted. It'll be launching in 6 weeks. So get ready for that. It's going to be changing content creating for the best. Yeah, we've got one more race, which is tomorrow. The last one of the week before we go into our biggest time of this season. And it's silly season. And before we do wrap it up, what do you feel that we're going to see from silly season? There's been a lot of gaps in some areas, in some teams. Do you feel that those gaps are going to be filled in silly season? Or do you believe that some of those teams are just going to keep with what they've got?
I feel like a lot of teams will just keep the same. I don't think many will be really changing over the silly season. I don't expect massive changes from probably the top half of the teams. I think they've just gotten into rhythm together, so it'd be very interesting to see what everyone does in the next week.
Yep, And you will see me and you back in the comms box tomorrow night for Division 3.
Certainly will. And that will wrap things up. I was your host, Dynasty Sparrow, with the man on my left in SJ. And as I like to say, goodbye.